Good morning, everybody. It is 7 a.m. on Wednesday, February 1st. Your government taco forecast in Baton Rouge. Expect cloudy skies with a high of 52. You can follow today's show on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at OTB_ESPN, or catch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel and subscribe for daily content. Hour number one of Off the Bench, live from the Reese's Senior Bowl in Mobile, starts now.
Let we go.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo.
Yo, what's happening, y'all? Welcome, man. What's going on, man? February 1st. How about it, Jake? Here we are, February 1st. The Fern Boys are back. The Ratchet Plant feature behind us is back here in the Mobile Convention Center. If you don't know what I'm talking about, if you go to youtube.com/1045ESPN, you can see exactly what I'm talking about. As we're back, all the players just walking by for their kind of individual media day. Jake, the podiums are set up, and we have a day of practice to break down. We will talk Senior Bowl, certainly, as we were all at South Alabama's wonderful new stadium yesterday. But we got to start with the big news. It broke. I mean, you know, looking back on it, Nick Underhill was basically telling us that Sean Payton was going to go to the Broncos. And then, sure enough, Jake, a few hours later, it is finalized. Sean Payton going to the Denver Broncos. If you haven't heard the deal specifics yet, the Saints get the 29th overall pick in 2023. So it's a first-round pick this year. They get a 2024 second. The Broncos get Sean Payton, and the Broncos actually get a 2024 third. If your reaction is that giving up the third-rounder feels kind of lame, I agree, but it is what it is. We can get into what this means. What I'll say real quick is I was looking for, like, okay, is this a good deal or not? Because everybody holds up the Gruden deal. There is a key difference between the Gruden deal and the Payton deal, and that is that John Gruden was actively coaching at the time, whereas Sean Payton was not, right? So if you look for another deal that involved a coach whose rights were taken up but who wasn't coaching, the Bruce Arians deal, as Nick pointed out, New Orleans football makes sense, where when Bruce Arians wasn't coaching, the Cardinals traded Arians and a seventh rounder to get back a Tampa sixth rounder. So I guess, like, viewed through that lens, I think the Saints did a good job of getting value for Sean Payton. And even though there's a lot of emotions and other angles to talk about this on, it made sense to kind of also get this deal done, finalize the breakup, and just allow everybody to move on.
I thought they did a great job getting something, because we didn't know. Like, if he stays on Fox, you get nothing.
Yeah.
And so, like, Houston makes the move to hire DeMeco Ryans. And by the way, like, the Broncos in Rappaport had a report that they tried to go in the 11th hour and hire DeMeco Ryans again.
But did you see Shefty and Rappaport?
I know, and they're going back and forth,
yeah.
but I mean, there's something to it. I'm not saying who's right, who's wrong.
Right.
So there is something to that. I mean, Rapp's been in the game too long for there not to be something there. And so, like, if they hire DeMeco Ryans, you get nothing.
Yeah.
So you got something, and you got a first-round pick, and you get a second-round pick, and you'd swap a 3 for a 2 any day.
Yes.
Right? And so, like,
fair.
if you want to look
Very
at that,
fair.
you swap a 3
You're right.
for a 2.
You're right.
And you swap Sean Payton, who wasn't your coach, wasn't going to coach for you again.
No.
There's no way he was. And you get a first-round pick. It's at the end of the first round, but it's a first-round pick.
Yeah, okay, so you made me feel better about it then. It probably is more of a success that I'm giving credit for, just in terms of compensation. I guess what feels a bittersweet, it just, I don't know, man. And I wish that we could get Danny and Mario on the mic, but I know it's a little weird and echoey while we're here, but it is, I'm kind of wondering where Saints fans are at emotionally with all this, because everybody knew was coming, right? But it still doesn't feel great to think about. Like, I enjoy the Saints. I don't know that I would paint myself as, like, the biggest Saints fan, right? Not to the depth or the validity or sincerity of, like, a Mario or Danny or a lot of my other friends that I know. But even me, when reading like the quotes that he's giving to Jeff Duncan about what a great city Denver is and what a great like football town, all this other stuff, it just feels like, you know, the love of your life, like your main ex kind of parading a new boo around town. And I guess it's been kind of this entire whole ordeal has felt a bit like Sean Payton saying to us, you know, it's not you, it's me, but it's actually you. And this kind of feels like the final. And I get it, man. You work somewhere for 16 years, you want to move on. I get it. But when you're a hero to the city, it's you can understand why a man makes a move and still feel a bit like, damn, that sucks, dude. And that's kind of how I feel about it.
I mean, I understand it. I think it helps the fact that he hadn't coached in a year. Like, so you're away from the game. If he goes straight from the Saints locker room to somebody new, that feeling's probably heightened like 3 times. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
He's been away from the game. I understand. It's like, wait a minute, that's our guy. That's our coach, because he had no, you know, head coaching experience before he gets to you. So, like, you know him as your head coach. So I can understand that. And like I said, a little bit of the sting has gone away, but it's Sean Payton. He's the greatest coach in your franchise's history. Like, there's no denying that. So it's going to feel weird, but also like it being in the AFC West, completely away from you.
Yeah.
You're not going to have to play him that often. I mean, you're going to see him every once in a while. And so it's not going to be a deal where, like, if he went to Carolina.
If he does good, and then you got to, like.
Yeah, if he does good, that's fine. It's over in the AFC. Hopefully you're doing good as well. Hopefully you take a quarterback at 29 maybe, and that quarterback is your quarterback of the future, and you can just all smile.
I feel like a jerk, but, like, us going to the reunion with Dennis Allen on our arm versus Sean coming to the reunion with the Broncos franchise and, you know, this new ownership group, it does feel like maybe he's upgraded in a lot of ways. I mean, sometimes it even gets in a state like, you know, like actual like insecurity about the place in which you live, right? I mean, we love New Orleans, we love Louisiana, but it's not always the most competent. And then you look at somewhere like Denver. We were talking the other day about, like, if you could live anywhere, where would you live? And Denver was high up on that list. Colorado. So I don't know, man. And then so it starts with maybe a little sadness. Then it starts to turn to anger. And then it's like, oh, he quit on the team. Yeah, Sean Payton quit on the team. F him, dude. And he did. I mean, you even heard Cam Jordan kind of let that slip at the end of the year interviews, where he seems a little perturbed. So it's
okay. Well, you have to see him at the reunion, but you don't have to see him at the monthly coffee get-together.
Yeah, I don't even know if I'm going to go to the reunion, man.
All right, you know what I'm saying? So the
I'm not feeling
reunion, you're going to see him every couple of years, you know, but you're going to be okay because you don't have to see him all the time, right?
Hey, this is Dennis. Sean. Nice to meet
you. You remember him, like, yeah.
Mark Covey said Saints going to draft Stetson Bennett. I am all about Saints Hendon Hooker train. If I don't know, I'm starting to get a feeling, Jake, that Hendon Hooker though might gain a lot of momentum during this process. Maybe not because of the injury and the age, but I know he's here at the Senior Bowl this week. He's taking a ton of meetings. He's putting it very much out there that he's going to be ready to go for summer and fall camp. And I was just reading some quotes today, and he was talking about how exponentially, like, how the mental aspect of his game is exponentially growing. And just all the quotes spoke to someone who has such a clear and defined goal. And granted, maybe he's just very good at saying these things. But, you know, I would say that his play on the field would speak to somebody who follows through on what he says he's going to do. It just speaks to a man who is like whereas Stetson Bennett seems like, I have arrived, you need to come to me. Hendon Hooker, it seems very earnest and sincere and like, no, this is what I'm going to do to make you believe that I can still be that guy coming off of this injury going to the NFL.
Yeah, I don't remember which show I said this on, so stop me if I'm repeating myself. But with Hendon Hooker, him being here, him going through those meetings, him having the opportunity to speak with, you know, is it all 32 teams? Is it all, 20 teams that are interested in him? Whatever it is, like that is very impactful. Yeah. He's going to have the chance to go show his football IQ, what he knows. They're going to get a chance to know him. So that aspect of it, I love that he's here. Because you're right. Let's call it like it is. Stetson Bennett's not here. Stetson Bennett, forget the arrest, whatever. Public intoxication, okay. He did not bet on himself by being here, right?
Yeah.
He should be here. He's not. Now, Hendon Hooker is here, and so you can appreciate, him making the effort to be here. But also, like I said, modern medicine, like ACLs are like 7 months now.
It's not a big of
8
a
months.
deal.
It's not a year long anymore.
No.
So if I'm an NFL team, Hendon Hooker is going to be ready for what I do in the summer and what I do in the fall. If I have a first-round grade on him, that grade doesn't go too far away from that because he's going to be ready. If he had a spine injury, if he had a neck injury, if he had something that we did, it's not real, common. It's a kind of a unique injury. Let's have a conversation.
Yeah.
It's an ACL.
Yeah, ACL's easy.
Look, Joe Burrow had one in his rookie year. He's back, and there's no signs of anything. We can point to 73 different examples. So if you had a high grade on him already, it shouldn't drop that far just because he tore his ACL. So you might get a steal if you did truly, in fact, have kind of a first-round grade on him. And if we see any of our draft experts to kind of cover this, I'd love to ask them that question. Okay, where did you have Hendon before the injury? Because I'm going to take that more than I'm going to take where you're going to have him after the injury.
I wonder. Yeah, that's a really good point. I wonder. So, some people in the chat say he's just a system quarterback, or at least that's what the NFL analysts and scouts are saying. I wonder, is getting on the board one of the ways for him to combat that in the team's minds? Like getting on the board and answering their questions to show that.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you get? I mean, system quarterback is such a weird thing to levy because it is real. Like I get it. What it's saying is that you can't trust the stats. Because of the type of offense that they are playing in. But how do you separate, the Patrick Mahomes from, the Graham Harrell, right? And that's I don't exactly know how that's done. I know that one thing for Mahomes is raw arm strength.
I was about to say, catch his ball, throw it down there.
And I know that Hendon Hooker at least has that. So he might be a system quarterback. He's a system quarterback that throws the best deep ball in the entire country.
That one he threw on the left sideline in the south end zone against LSU.
Damn, bro.
He had that thing on a string.
I was wondering why I was getting all these OnlyFans girls sent to my algorithm. And it was because I was just watching too many Hendon Hooker deep ball montages.
There's a lot there.
Too sexy.
Yeah.
Just you can't be thirsting that hard and not expect the algorithm to start to reflect it.
There's a lot we could say there, but
everybody, not even chicks. I know they used to say chicks, which feels a bit aggressive now. But the old ad campaign, everybody loves the deep ball, Jake. It almost doesn't matter the sport. Right, super long goal in soccer. Who doesn't love it when somebody hits it from midway, goalie's out off his line, and somebody scores from mid-pitch. Full court shots, which I was telling Rivers this yesterday. You know what makes me mad? That basketball players don't at least hit the backboard more on full court shots. Like, you're a professional or a major college basketball player.
Yeah.
Don't airball it.
Yeah.
You should
have
be
it
better.
online.
Have it online. At least give it a chance.
Yeah.
Dude.
And if you miss because it's too hard off the backboard, front rims,
that's fine.
It's fine.
That's fine.
But hit something.
Hit something. Even if it bounced off the top of the backboard, I'm fine with that. It's just when it's 20 yards off, what are you doing? Or when it falls short. Come on, get it there.
Yeah. Push the ball, Sally. I get you.
The deep ball, it rules. More off the bench coming up next.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Go to centralplumbing.org, 925-8552, centralplumbing.org, man. All of your plumbing needs. Central Plumbing is there for you, okay? 24/7 emergency service. So weekend, weekday, holiday, does not matter. If you really need it done, immediately got you. But if it's not an emergency, it's very easy. Just call them up, line up a time within a day or two. And, they come out there. Everybody's licensed, bonded, and insured. Flat rate pricing means no surprise BS. Great warranty once the work is done. Your issues are solved, man. I don't go anywhere else. CentralPlumbing.org.
225-925-8552 is the number. You can go to the website T-Bob just gave you, centralplumbing.org, and if you're looking to remodel, home or business, if you're looking to go tankless with that tankless water heater that we tell you about every single day, You can find that there on the homepage of centralplumbing.org. Remember, no job's going to be too big. They get the full fleet ready, so if you do it for your entire business, they're going to have you covered. Again, centralplumbing.org.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has $8,500 off new 2022 Ram 1500s. New 2022 Ram 1500 trucks on our lot now with $8,500 off MSRP. All new Bayou vehicles come with a 1 million mile warranty. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou is going to do right by you.
Follow us on Twitter at 1045ESPN to cast your vote in the Citizens Bank and Trust poll of the day. Vote daily inside Off the Bench, anytime. Hunt Palmer. And after further review, Citizens Bank and Trust brings you the poll of the day via Twitter at 1045ESPN.
There it is, the extra mile. On the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further. Like vans customized for work or play. With safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Louisiana. It's a place defined by culture, by pride, by passion, by people who do more than love this place. They celebrate it, elevate it, champion it. They are the individuals who embody what makes Louisiana great. The companies that make Louisiana a better place to work and live. The nonprofits leading transformational change in our communities. Champions of Louisiana are all around us, and LWCC is proud to celebrate them because we've always been Louisiana loyal, supporting the workers, the innovators, the change agents of this great place we call home. Who are the champions around you? Together, we can share their stories. Together, we can help our home state thrive. Together, we are Louisiana loyal. Always.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
All right, let's say ah.
Where'd my spotlight go?
Super weird, but we can take care of it.
Get in and get better at Patient Plus.
Charles Hannigov, join us for the Wednesday edition of Hanny Time. Shea Dixon is with us. It's National Signing Day, though it figures to be a little bit quiet for the Tigers. We'll get you up to date on everything going on around the country. Plus, we do first class, second class, no class. Hanny Time, noon weekdays, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Today, breaking news, y'all. I heard the Crane boys talking about it, and then Mark Cumby in the chat letting us know Tom Brady has retired, and this time there are no Adam Schefter tweets or Ian tweets. It came from the man himself. Hey, guys, do we have that video ready to go? Are you ready to play Tom Brady's video?
Danny's pulling out the video. One sec.
Wow.
Well, anyway,
We got it ready.
Okay. We got it ready. It's an interesting video, man. This seems pretty sincere, but I'll let you all be the judge. This is what Tom Brady tweeted now 7 minutes ago.
Good morning, guys. I'll get to the point, guys. Right away. I'm retiring for good. I know the process was a pretty big deal last time, so when I woke up this morning, I figured I'd just press record and let you guys know first. So I won't be long-winded. Like, you only get one super emotional retirement essay, and I used mine up last year. So really thank you guys so much, to every single one of you, for supporting me, my family, my friends, my teammates, my competitors. I could go on forever. There's too many. Thank you guys for allowing me to live my absolute dream. I wouldn't change a thing. Love you all.
Damn, dude. That
Yeah, it's tough.
That's interesting. It's very human, and it's funny because with how it starts, it was so casual, and Tom Brady is one of those guerrilla advertisers, right? He'll like create something that you're not sure exactly what it is, cool video or something, then you realize, oh, it's like tied to his brand or something like that. So like at first I was like, is this a troll video? But no, it gets like very in, like there's something very the plane going on in the background that you hear, just getting out and getting ahead of it, man. Take control. He looks like the greatest to ever play the game is officially stepping away.
Yeah, man, he got emotional there. And love Tom Brady, hate Tom Brady, wherever you feel. He is the greatest quarterback that we've ever seen. He did it so many times. And then what he did at Tampa, that's remarkable. I mean, he goes and wins a championship. But even at his age, to be able to have the year that he had a year ago, and you've never seen that before. And so, like, he literally gave everything he had to the game of football. I mean, there's a lot of sacrifice in there for Tom Brady. So to hear him get emotional, you can tell. I mean, football is his life. Football is what he knows. Like, right, wrong, or indifferent, that's how that man feels. And so he's losing the biggest piece of himself. And how is he going to fulfill that is going to be the question. Like, he's going to go to the booth. We've seen guys go to the booth and then not, feel that need to be around the game. Hopefully for Tom Brady, he can find that in the booth, coaching, whatever he ends up doing.
Do you think he wants to go to the booth? I know he signed that massive contract. I just always, for some reason, I think he'd be great at it. I think that one thing Tom Brady has done here these last few years, when he got out of New England, I think he started to show like kind of a bit more likable side, a bit less kind of machine side. I do think he's a very effective communicator, obviously. So, like, I think he has all the hallmarks of being great at that job. But you talk about filling a void, man. It's just such a hole to try to fill in any athlete's life when they get done playing, much less his, where he allowed it to be all-consuming. And it's like, is that booth even enough? Like it almost feels like he's such a larger-than-life persona that even like something like the #1 booth at Fox almost feels like too small for who he has been really during our entire lives, past 20+ years. I mean, he is like, when you talk about truly the best to ever do it, like your Jordans or whoever, Gretzky, LeBron, like this is one of those immortal type of characters, and so it's always weird seeing them when they are moving on. Bad news for Greg Olsen, you think, though? You think Greg Olsen and Kevin Burkhardt getting broke up now?
Oh, maybe. I don't know,
That's
Jim.
what I'm about to say. That was very Romo there.
I don't know. I thought Greg continued to grow. I thought he was really good. I thought he, as the season went along, you could tell he was getting more and more comfortable. There was a lot to like there. I don't know what they end up doing with it, but I think they've got a good situation on their hands. I assume Tom Brady's going to be really good at it. It's an art. I mean, obviously it's something that not everybody has that skill set. So I don't know. I guess it depends. I mean, obviously, like Romo being on the top game at CBS, how do you not have Tom Brady on the top game in Fox?
He's got. I mean, you're paying him. It's like a first-round pick, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if he's like, multiple levels worse than Greg Olsen.
Right.
He's still getting the starters reps.
Yeah. Like, hey, get him out. Hey, Greg. Hey, you just caught an 80-yard touchdown. Get him out.
Yeah,
Put time
it's like
in.
how well was that Foxy? Who's the coach said?
That's how Elway went over there because of Monty Ball. Yeah. Hey, yeah, that 60-yard touchdown Hester scored. That was great. He can do it with the second team because he's not doing the first team.
23 years and 7 Super Bowls, as Mark Cummings points out.
23 years. I think his first year in the NFL was my freshman year in high school.
Wow.
I mean, that's a long time ago. A long time ago.
Yeah, I mean, put you about 15 or something. I mean, you know what? It's crazy. It is stuff like this that kind of makes you start to feel older, too. Because Tom Brady was such a constant.
Yeah.
Right? And you think about the everything going on in the local NFL fandom right now. The kind of disillusion of the Breeze, Peyton golden era that seemed like it was always going to last and never end. Now Tom Brady's gone. You got the young gun quarterback starting to take over. Wasn't who was already the oldest quarterback in these playoffs? Wasn't it like Dak at like 29? I'm pretty sure Dak was the oldest quarterback in this entire playoffs.
Makes sense, yeah.
We done moved on, man. We're truly in the next generation.
What year did you start dating Caitlin?
Because like 2006.
Okay, so like when you said 2000, I'm like, man, I didn't start dating Katie till a little over 3 years after that. Like, that's wild to me. Like, Katie and I are about to have our 5th child together.
Yeah.
Like, we've had this whole life together, and he was there 3 years before we even started dating.
The entire time.
Think about that. Like, I mean, you got 3 kids with Caitlin. You've been together since high school. Like, that was 6 years before you.
Yeah, no, I would have been 10 years old when Tom Brady started playing football.
Wild. That
and
is
now,
so wild.
like to your point, I'm an adult. I'm a local radio star. I mean, I've had so much incredible stuff happen in my life, and Tom was always like Tom Brady.
You're a regional radio star.
Yes.
Would you stop? Don't put yourself in that local box.
Yeah, regional.
Yeah.
But it's like it was almost funny for how many years it just kind of boiled down to just choose Tom Brady to win the championship because why not? Of course he will. You've never seen anything like it, and I would say you probably never will, but I don't know. Patrick Mahomes is already like doing things that could potentially rival numbers if he gets this one here in a couple of weeks.
It's staying healthy. Obviously, Tom had that 1 year where Matt Castle had to come in. It's also Belichick was there the entire time. So for like Mahomes, is Andy Reid going to be there? Like, what's that relationship
fair.
going to be like? Is ownership going to give you, what you need? The Patriots certainly did, and the Chiefs are, they're a historic franchise. I mean, obviously, like the AFC Championship trophy is named after the family. So obviously, I mean, they've been in this deal a while, and you feel like they're going to. The fan base is incredible, obviously. So there's a passion for it. So I mean, it's not crazy.
Contract is interesting too, where it gives him a lot of money, but it is built in a relatively team-friendly way.
Yeah, I think I know that Patrick Mahomes and his brother and wife and the TikToks and all that was like something that everybody wanted to throw out there when they talked about him. It's like, wait a minute, let's forget about that. Like, actually, like what he's doing and what he's doing for the team and the way, like you're right, he structured his contract and the way he goes about his business and he's humble in his approach and all these things. He's a very likable guy.
Yeah, he is incredibly likable. I agree. So Mahomes is it is a testament though to how when you win too much, you almost can't help but become like a bit of a villain in many people's eyes because, like even like Brady kind of leaned into the villain thing. Like there's nothing villainous about Patrick. Hey, come on, man. He's just like a real nice guy. But he's caused a lot of pain for other NFL fan bases, right? And so you have to look for attack angles.
Yeah.
And his brother being too excited on TikTok, I think that kind of speaks to what a likable guy he is.
That's right.
They're like, that is the angle that you have to
Did you see
attack.
that guy's TikTok dance?
Yeah.
He was on the logo on the sideline. I mean, I forget what logo that was, but it's like, I didn't see that.
Jesse McCormick in the chat says, I want Brady to do the Lutheran Rail sacrifice monologue. What have you sacrificed? Everything. That is, for Andor fans, that has got to be one of the best Star Wars scenes in monologues ever. And it is a man who sacrificed everything for this game and goes down as the unquestioned best. I mean, again, we are a sports society that defines greatness through championships.
Yep.
This is what it is. Regardless if you think that somebody was physically better, had better stats, et cetera, does not matter. How many championships did you win? And in the sport where it should be hardest, I feel like, maybe baseball would argue, but I don't know. Even baseball, though, you have 7-game series, which I think helps cut down on variance. Like in the sport where anything can go wrong, one team just has a good day during the playoffs, and all of a sudden you're 18-0 and you lose Super Bowl, right? Like in that sport, it's such a team sport. To win that many championships, be the common denominator on that many different teams, really boggles the mind. I don't even fully understand how that's possible. His Taverin is very strong. I know I've talked about it before. He's just got that thing that Burrow, Mahomes, that reality distortion field, man. The world just bends around his will, and it was amazing getting to watch him play. It's crazy.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I only think I got a chance to play against him twice. Maybe we were 1-1, I think, in those games against the Patriots. But yeah, he had just a presence about him. I mean, he's like,
you
like
could feel
being in
him.
being in the NFL. And the second time, I was like deep into the NFL, and it's still like, oh yeah, it's Tom Brady over there, man.
Damn, dude.
Tom Brady.
Yeah.
We had some dudes on our team that had some big names, but it's just like, that's the GOAT. And like he was probably the GOAT at that time, like 2009-ish, 10, something like that, whatever year that was. Think about that.
Yeah.
Like,
yes. Yeah.
the GOAT
No, he was
for a decade.
He was already the greatest.
You know what I mean? That's the wild part about it. It wasn't like he did something at the end of his career to get that status. I mean, he had it very early in his career and was able to keep that and then just continue to add on it, but never went the other way and just fell off.
Credit Tom Brady. And now we've got Saints have the best quarterback in the NFC South.
Now you've got
Dude, is Andy Dalton the best quarterback?
You got Ritter in Atlanta. Okay. You've got Kyle Trask.
Yep.
Maybe Blaine Gabbert there in Tampa.
Yep.
Okay. And so
Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold. So I don't know.
Somebody convinced me that Sam Darnold's going to be good with Frank Reich. We should go to break.
He might be.
We get back.
Still young.
More OTB. That was you, I think, that convinced me.
Yeah, probably so.
More OTB next.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob. Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to Riverlands Insurance, riverlandsinsurance.com, riverlandsinsurance.com. Look, man, if you are a business owner, you got a bunch of trucks in the fleet, some you need insured, don't worry about it. Don't do the heavy lifting. Call up Thomas Email and let them do the shopping for you. And it's not just business owners. If you got a kid that's about to drive, you just want to see if you're overpaying for your policies currently. Riverlands, they do it. Again, they shop around. They have access to all the major companies. They're the largest progressive writer in the state of Louisiana. And so take advantage. Call up Thomas. Give you a couple pieces of information. Then he'll come back with savings.
225-206-1517, 225-206-1517, and we tell you every single day that is not only in the 225, we're talking to the entire state of Louisiana. So if you're up in Shreveport, Alexandria, New Orleans, no matter where you're at, give them a call today, 225-206-1517.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded. because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
I've got that blue sky. I've got that sunshine.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
Louisiana. It's a place defined by culture, by pride, by passion, by people who do more than love this place. They celebrate it, elevate it, champion it. They are the individuals who embody what makes Louisiana great. The companies that make Louisiana a better place to work and live. The nonprofits leading transformational change in our communities. Champions of Louisiana are all around us, and LWCC is proud to celebrate them because we've always been Louisiana loyal, supporting the workers, the innovators, the change agents of this great place we call home. Who are the champions around you? Together, we can share their stories. Together, we can help our home state thrive. Together, we are Louisiana loyal. Always.
Follow us on Twitter at 1045ESPN to cast your vote in the Citizens Bank and Trust Poll of the Day. Vote daily inside off the bench, anytime. Hunt Palmer. And after further review, Citizens Bank and Trust brings you the Poll of the Day via Twitter at 1045ESPN.
Moon Griffon is back. The voice of Louisiana politics makes his return to Baton Rouge. Catch the Moon Griffon Show weekdays from 9 to 11 a.m. on Talk 107.3.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Hey, it's on. Join me Wednesday 1 to 3, getting you ready for LSU and Missouri on the hardwood and a little more baseball talk. Hunt Palmer Show 1 to 3 weekdays, 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
Give me your attention, baby. I gotta tell you a little something about yourself. You're one of our flawless, ooh, you a sexy lady. But you walk around here like you wanna be someone else. Ooh, wow. I know that you don't know it, but you're fine, so fine. Fine, so fine. Ooh, wow. Oh, girl, I'm gonna show you when you're mine.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Yo, what's going on, y'all? Welcome back to OTB. T.O. Jake Ribs hanging out with you here. Maybe Jake Haener stopping by here in a minute, man. Fresno's a incredible quarterback. I know you're a big Haener guy, Jake. Also a big Jake guy.
Huge Jake guy.
Coincidentally.
Yeah, you know, Jacob is technically the legal name there, but, you know, if Katie calls me Jacob, it's like, oh, boy.
You're in trouble.
Oh, boy.
I will say
It's gotta
that
be a Jake.
if anybody, like, if you ever, like, see Jake out in the wild and you want to, like, okay, let's say you're trying to convince Jake that y'all know each other and you're actually, like, hung out one time, like, you cannot call him Jacob, right?
No.
If you call him Jacob, then you're gonna tell on yourself. So, yes, keep it at Jake. The big news, of course, you're just joining us. I mean, I thought the Sean Payton trade news would dominate the show. Sean Payton now the head coach of the Denver Broncos, a move that makes all the sense in the world. The Waltons had the money to spend. They need to get something out of Russell Wilson. Sean Payton had a very diplomatic answer to Jeff Duncan. Jeff Duncan actually has an interview with Sean Payton right now that is up transcribed on NOLA.com, TimesPicayune, that you can read. That is pretty interesting. But they got to get something out of Russell Wilson. Payton basically giving a little bit of a robotic, very political, very like, Russell's a quarterback that's won a lot of games in this league, and we got to do a good job of bringing more of a running game to alleviate some of the pressure on him. But yeah, they got to get some. Like, I don't think Russ is the answer long term for Peyton and the Broncos in Denver, but they do need to get something out of him.
They're married,
while they can. Yeah, for at least for a couple years.
Nah, yeah, at minimum couple years. I mean,
I don't know the details of the contract, so I'm assuming that there's is there not like a way out like in like 2 or 3 years?
I mean, but think about, even if there is though, like 3 years. Think how much football that is.
Yeah, no, it's a lot. Yeah, you're right.
So Doring brought up a great point yesterday that I hadn't even really thought of. I'm like, man, let Russ cook. He was cooking in Seattle. It's like, where's that guy? He goes, there's probably some of that, but he said also, like, Geno Smith was somebody that couldn't find a starting job, and he made a Pro Bowl and had this remarkable year in Seattle. Like, how much of it was Seattle as well?
That's that's legitimate. I think also. But even when Russ really was allowed to fully cook, it always wasn't great. Like, I know that because at first he was held back so much that, there were a couple years there where he was getting to be, like, kind of statistically overwhelming. But when the Seahawks did kind of, like, when the Let Russ Cook campaign happened, that was actually after his prime, I feel like.
Yeah.
I feel like that's when he was already kind of struggling in the kitchen. A little bit, and the wins, whatever. It speaks for itself. But no, you're right. Obviously, Pete Carroll in Seattle is a really solid franchise, and Russell Wilson was benefiting more from them than they were from him, and that's like not an opinion. That's like obviously a fact.
Yeah, well,
you can see that.
Yeah, we'll have to see. I think we're going to get Jake right now.
Hey, here we go, dude. One of the stars of this week. Here you go, Jake. You throw this on. Got a guy, Jake Haener from Fresno State. Quarterbacks. Obviously, this is the position at the bowl. What's up, Jake? What's going on, man? How you doing today?
I'm great, guys. Thanks for having me.
Wait a minute. Quarterback's the position? I thought it was fullback.
I know, dude. I know. The queen of the board.
Okay, you just went a long way with me.
I might need to gain a few pounds, though.
No, you're good. Grit. Low man wins.
Oh, yeah.
Whole deal.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, man, so what was yesterday's practice been like? How's it been so far?
Yeah, no, it was good, and I think whenever you get out there with a new group of people, new receivers, new offensive linemen, everything's going to be different. And, I think people could probably tell in the beginning that, it's a bunch of different personalities out there, and guys are trying to get timing, anticipation down, and, the offensive line is trying to get used to the new snap count because a lot of us were on clap, and, I think it's just different. So I think you'll see improvement today, and we'll continue to improve, and I just think we keep moving forward as the week goes on.
Well, and how do you view your role in bringing that all together? Because, that's where I'm going with the quarterback thing, right, is like it is a position that's built off of a lot of leadership, a lot of trust. There's kind of an innate feel, like you said, with things like snap count as you get used to a guy and everything. But now you're doing it with a disparate group from all over the country, and you have to, like, kind of hyper-accelerate this process. Yeah. So, like, how are you approaching it?
Yeah, I'm just trying to learn, grow, and stay consistent with everything, and I'm just trying to motivate people, trying to be the best leader I can, and not try to be somebody I'm not. At the end of the day, I just think guys like to see consistency, and they like to just see somebody who's calm, under high-stress situations, and that's what I think this position is, being calm and just trying to be yourself at the end of the day. And I'm a competitor, and I think I try to elevate people above their threshold and make them play better than they're capable of.
Yeah.
What's the most difficult part about throwing to new receivers? Because we hear that all the time. You come here at the Senior Bowl and you're throwing with a group of guys. And, you're a guy that played his entire career at Fresno State, so you had a good rapport with those receivers. I think yesterday I saw you throw a good back shoulder fade, and the receiver wasn't quite ready for it, and he didn't turn on it. Because with your guys, you're like, I know before I throw that, they're going to turn around. So what's that like as a quarterback?
Yeah, no, look, listen, they're not used to me. They're probably, their quarterback would have thrown it down the field,
right.
Yada, yada, yada. So it's just, it's all about timing and all about when you get your eyes up and how that quarterback plays. And none of these receivers know how I play. They don't have a feel for me. So, I would say it just comes down to getting a feel for people. And with Puka, I think you guys saw us connect a few times yesterday.
Yeah.
We played at UW my first year that he was there.
Okay.
And then I've been training with him the last 4 weeks. So we have some chemistry.
It helps,
I think it showed yesterday that we have some timing, and I think he has a feel for when I'm going to let the ball go. And, I think it showed in that regard yesterday.
I want to ask you about you leave Washington. That's where you start your career, like you mentioned, and obviously you go to Fresno, and obviously you have a lot of success there. And then your coach leaves, right? And you had a decision to make. What was that like for you? Ultimately, obviously, you stay at Fresno State. You'll have a really great year. You end up, crushing a Pac-12 team there in a bowl game. So what was that decision like for you after you land at Fresno and you're a star for a couple of years?
It was great for me. Just trying to go somewhere that I was wanted, and they appreciated me for what I could do. And at the end of the day, I just wanted to go get tape and produce at a high level with, a group that could do it. And I knew going to Fresno State with Coach Tedford at the time, they had a young group of wideouts that could potentially break out to being some really solid players. And, it ended up working out pretty well for me and for those guys as well. But, it was all just trying to make the best decision for my future. And at the end of the day, that's all you can do as a quarterback and the leader, and that's try to put yourself in the best position to make that team successful.
I mean, the stats are incredible from college. How are you feeling mentally about this entire process thus far? Because we talked about it yesterday's show, but it's a bit crazy where you just went through the grind of an entire season, right, where there's like injury adversity, all this other sort of stuff. You overcome a great year, et cetera, but everything you've done to this point was to just get like an invite to the club. Now you actually have to go do the work.
Exactly.
And so how are you processing all of that?
I mean, man, the grind doesn't stop, and that is, it sounds cliche, but that is so true, man. You're rolling all the time.
Yeah.
If you want to be a really good player and a really effective one at this level, you got to continue to work all the time, no matter how you're feeling, how your body's feeling. You got to continue to prepare. You got to continue to get, the recovery you need in order, to be effective on the field for the guys you're playing with. And, this is what I wanted to do since a little,
exactly. You're here on the cusp of it, dude, on the edge of the dream, bro. I feel you, man.
Jake, I went through this process, the Senior Bowl, and remember this week, and I was trying to switch positions. I was going from running back to fullback when I came here this week, and that brought its own stressors. But these meetings, and every team treats these meetings different, I felt like, okay, that's a place where I can thrive, is try to prepare for it, show how much football IQ I have or whatever it might be. What's that been like for you? Has every team kind of had the same kind of way? Because it's a little bit different with the coaching staffs this year, obviously, but these teams are still here and they want to meet with you. So what's kind of been the thing you've done the most?
I think going into these games, the one thing you can't do is try to do too much. You just got to be who you are. And I feel like when people start trying to do too much, that's when you start getting into problems.
Trying to be the smartest guy in the room.
I don't want to be that guy. I think I let my play and the things I'm doing at the line of scrimmage, speak for myself on my tape. And, I think a lot of clubs see that and they ask me, what are you doing here? What's the protection? How are you changing it? What are you doing on the outside? And what are you giving your receivers? How is it changing the progression? Those kind of things. And I feel like that has helped me a lot over the last couple of years and will continue, to help me in my game progress as I move forward.
Hell yeah, man. Jake Haener, Fresno State, great now here, shining at the Senior Bowl, getting ready, like we said, to make these NFL dreams happen, man. I know you got a crazy day, Jake. Thank you so much for taking some time for us. And, good luck at practice today, man.
Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
You guys. Thank you.
All right, we'll be back with more OTB next.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to – thank you, Jake. That was awesome, man. Go to allstartoyotabatonrouge.com, allstartoyota of batonrouge.com. If you want shout out to All Star. That's what we rented to come up here. The Toyota Sienna minivan, that brand new one. It's insane. It's actually the EV, Jake, or it's a hybrid. It's got that thing where I guess when you're in low power, it's just an electric vehicle. So what it results is you start it and you're like, wait, is the car started?
Did I try to start it and restart about 5 times the first time I drove it? Maybe. That might have happened. It's so quiet I didn't even hear it start.
No, me too. It's all the lights come on, but no actual engine crank. But the transition is so seamless. It saves the gas. Look, it's the best. Ask about it today. Go to allstartoyota of batonrouge.com.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
Start your day with news and newsmakers. Start your day with traffic, weather, and local stories that are important to you. Kickstart your day every day. Mornings with Brian Haldane from 6 to 9 a.m. Weekdays on Talk 107.3.
There it is, the extra mile. On the border of expected and extraordinary. For those willing to go further. Like vans customized for work or play. With safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Louisiana. It's a place defined by culture, by pride, by passion, by people who do more than love this place. They celebrate it, elevate it, champion it. They are the individuals who embody what makes Louisiana great. The companies that make Louisiana a better place to work and live. The nonprofits leading transformational change in our communities. Champions of Louisiana are all around us, and LWCC is proud to celebrate them because we've always been Louisiana loyal, supporting the workers, the innovators, the change agents of this great place we call home. Who are the champions around you? Together, we can share their stories. Together, we can help our home state thrive. Together, we are Louisiana loyal. Always.
Bayou Ford has $4,000 off MSRP plus $1,000 Ford credit cash on new 22 Ford F-150 XLT trucks. That's $5,000 off plus 0% financing. And all new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
All right, let's say ah.
Where'd my spotlight go?
Super weird, but we can take care of it.
Get in and get better at Patient Plus.
Follow us on Twitter at 1045ESPN to cast your vote in the Citizens Bank and Trust poll of the day. Vote daily inside Off the Bench, Anytime, Hunt Palmer. And after further review, Citizens Bank and Trust brings you the poll of the day via Twitter at 1045ESPN.
Matt Moscona inviting you to join us for Wednesday's Hump Day AFR presented by Pluckers. More reaction to Sean Payton becoming the Broncos head coach. We'll preview LSU, Missouri, recap Pels and Nuggets. Join us 3 to 6. 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Yo, what's happening, y'all? Welcome back to OTB. Wrapping up hour number 1. That was great sitting down with Jake Hannerman. You want to talk about big quarterback energy? The amount of, like, maturity and kind of gravitas and, like, okay, Jake Haner, he may be a little slight, but he gives off the energy of somebody very solid.
Yeah, he did.
Very like solid man energy.
Yeah, I mean, he's not the biggest guy in the world for that position. No. I understand that, but still, I felt like he was very mature. Somebody that had
8. Is the problem. Sorry, we're doing some live production here with people potentially trying to grab athletes. Sorry, go ahead, Jake.
No, you're good. I'm saying played, I forget what I was saying, but played a lot of football at Fresno State, started his career at UW, had a chance to leave whenever the board went to Washington, decided to stay at Fresno State, which I can appreciate, had another big year. I think he was, 20-3 this year, touchdown interception ratio.
Yeah, he got hurt for part of the year. Bro, he finished completing 72% of his passes.
Right.
For 3,000 yards and 23 touchdown to pick ratio.
Yeah, and had a huge bowl game as well.
We literally have a minute. We have a minute. Love you, though, bro. Incredible vibes. North Dakota
that
State
would be
tackle.
the guy that
I
you
know.
would sit here, yeah.
He looks like a true Viking. He's got
Yeah.
super long red hair and a
Yeah.
badass like beard. You look awesome, though, man.
Real Viking vibe.
Yeah. Damn. Maybe more of a Celt, or Celts traditionally more redhead. I don't know. The bottom line is, like, that man would be central casting for any any Game of Thrones, historical fiction saga. Dan Carlin, hardcore history. You know I love Dan Carlin.
Yeah, and he's somebody that played tackle at North Dakota State. By the way, they're kicking him down to guard in the NFL. I was telling you that, talking to some scouts. They want to see, can he handle that because his arm length. He came to North Dakota State as a tight end.
Yeah.
So his arm length isn't of a typical NFL tackle, so they're kicking him down to guard. He's 300 pounds right now. Held his own yesterday in the pass protection portion
Look good
of
at
it.
one-on-ones.
Yeah, so if he can, I don't know how much more weight you have to gain there, but it looks fine to me.
But he can put on weight. Too.
Yeah.
Like we just saw that man. He's got a great body. Like there's no fat there. If he just needed
he had his
to
belly
add,
out yesterday because he could.
Because he looked pretty good.
Yeah, not like ironically.
Yes. Also, like, again, that's a little bit of the throwed off
10.
Cole Strange factor, right?
What's his name? He looks more the part
5
than Cole Strange.
Cody Mach. Do you Cody Mach?
Bye.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to Accutemp at Baton Rouge, AccuTempBR.com, AccuTempBR.com for all your AC, heating, and electrical needs. Accutemp's there for you, man, and it's service to the highest degree, but don't take my word for it. Look at the online reviews. It's unreal how much people love Accutemp, and even if you don't believe me, I'm begging y'all, just put it to the test, see for yourself, and then I guarantee that you're going to be like, okay, I see what T-Bob's talking about. I'm never going to go anywhere else.
Go to AccuTempBR.com, AccuTempBR.com. Like T-Bob told you, you're not going to get service that's better anywhere else. I mean, the internet, who hates everything, literally loves Accutemp, AccuTempBR.com. So you can schedule that appointment online. You can always give them a call, 225-396-5146. But go ahead, go to the website today, AccuTempBR.com.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has $8,500 off new 2022 Ram 1500s. New 2022 Ram 1500 trucks on our lot now with $8,500 off MSRP. All new Bayou vehicles come with a 1 million mile warranty. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou is going to do right by you.
Before we begin any electrical work here, we perform a home safety check that begins at your electrical panel to make sure that you and your family are safe. For all your upgrades, installations, and repairs, call Mr. Electric.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Louisiana. It's a place defined by culture, by pride, by passion, by people who do more than love this place. They celebrate it, elevate it, champion it. They are the individuals who embody what makes Louisiana great. The companies that make Louisiana a better place to work and live. The nonprofits leading transformational change in our communities. Champions of Louisiana are all around us, and LWCC is proud to celebrate them because we've always been Louisiana loyal, supporting the workers, the innovators, the change agents of this great place we call home. Who are the champions around you? Together, we can share their stories. Together, we can help our home state thrive. Together, we are Louisiana loyal. Always.
Moon Griffon is back. The voice of Louisiana politics makes his return to Baton Rouge. Catch the Moon Griffon Show weekdays from 9 to 11 a.m. on Talk 107.3.
All right, let's say ah.
Where'd my spotlight go?
Super weird, but we can take care of it.
Get in and get better at Patient Plus.
Follow us on Twitter at 1045ESPN to cast your vote in the Citizens Bank and Trust Poll of the Day. Vote daily inside Off the Bench, Anytime, Hunt Palmer. And after further review, Citizens Bank and Trust brings you the Poll of the Day via Twitter at 1045ESPN.
Corval Toyota in Opelousas is here to help you ring in the new year with no markups, and you'll never pay over MSRP. And we have new inventory arriving daily. So Happy New Year from our Corval Toyota family to yours.
Good morning, everybody. It is 8 a.m. on Wednesday, February 1st. Your government taco forecast in Baton Rouge. Expect cloudy skies with a high of 52. You can follow the rest of today's show on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at OTB_ESPN, or catch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel and subscribe for daily content. Hour number 2 of Off the Bench, live from the Reese's Senior Bowl in Mobile, starts now.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, P, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo.
Yo, what's happening, y'all? Welcome back to OTB. T-Bob, Jake, and Rivers hanging out with you here in Mobile. The second group of players just rolled in here. We saw Ali Gay walking by. We should hopefully get to talk to Ali here this hour about what it's been like for him. And I think Jay Ward may be coming up as well. Big news day, though, thus far, if you missed it. Sean
Look at
Payton,
you resetting the scene, resetting the story. Big radio guy. Regional star, if you will.
But look, if there's ever been a time
No,
to
just keep going with it. You're doing good. Yeah,
I would say
you and I never do it. So.
it is when Sean Payton goes to the Denver Broncos. And even my analysis in the first segment was more of just an emotional, I feel bad, and like a broken up with ex that's watched my other, like, it's just very clear that he wanted out of the relationship regardless of what he sold me at the time about it being about him and yada, yada, yada. But Sean Payton going to the Denver Broncos, Saints getting a nice return for it, certainly. What are they going to do with that return remains to be seen. But then maybe the bigger news, Tom Brady retiring. And I guess we haven't, should we go? Okay, let's go full reset here. Danny, get the Tom Brady retirement video ready to roll. Let me know when we have it ready to roll. So in case people miss it, in case people missed it earlier, that they can hear it again. And I guess this time when you listen, I want us to do we think this is impulsive by Brady? Like, is this something that you think he will go back on? I mean, we all know last year that it was 40 days later that he was basically like, well, you know, I've been spending some time
if you went
at
on
home
vacation, you missed his return.
Yeah. Okay. I was just ahead of the curve. Tom Brady's retired again.
Yeah.
So I'm right again. Wait, boys, can I get some? Okay, you got the video. Okay, cool. Here is a video that Tom Brady posted about an hour ago.
Good morning, guys. I'll get to the point right away. I'm retiring for good. I know the process was a pretty big deal last time, so when I woke up this morning, I figured I'd just press record and let you guys know first. So I won't be long-winded. Like, you only get one super emotional retirement essay, and I used mine up last year. So really thank you guys so much, to every single one of you, for supporting me, my family, my friends, my teammates, my competitors. I could go on forever. There's too many. Thank you guys for allowing me to live my absolute dream. I wouldn't change a thing. Love you all.
So you can hear Tom Brady start to get a bit emotional there at the end. Again, I think that the video does feel very sincere. Why do I think this time it might be for real? Like what is the difference? Like, because there really is nothing stopping him from just waking up again 40 days from now or after the entirety of the offseason, maybe it's 80 days this time, and being like, well, actually, and like people are going to be hitting him up. Right, just because he retired doesn't mean everybody's going to stop getting in touch with. Is it Don Yee, who I believe may his age? Like the Niners should still be trying to convince him to come out of retirement, right? So.
Oh yeah, I mean the Raiders are another franchise that are going to try to probably convince him.
Yeah. Do you think this one will stick?
You hope so. You don't want it to become what happened with Brett Favre.
Yeah.
That just fell. And Brett had some nice run with the Vikings, and it wasn't awful with the Jets, but I feel like, he's since done some other stuff, but like at the time it was like the shine from Brett Favre was worn off a little bit because it was always retirement talk and Brett Favre watch. And, I remember watching SportsCenter and they're like, there's a plane leaving Hattiesburg. And it's kind of like, what are we doing here, right?
That was a weird summer.
So I hope not, man. If he's done, he has literally nothing left to prove.
Yeah.
Nothing left to prove. He has done everything that you can do in the game of football.
Now, hopefully, too, he can also avoid the Brett Favre, stealing from charitable organizations and state funds and everything.
Yeah.
Ideally,
hopefully that portion of it.
He manages to not go there as well. I don't imagine that he would have to, because if he wants to, he can immediately start collecting on that 10-year, $375 million deal that he signed with Fox Sports to be there.
And remember, Brady, I mean, obviously he wouldn't do it. Brady always had a team-friendly contract so his team could do more.
Yeah.
I mean, and other quarterbacks used to get mad at him because he was making like $14 million a year.
Well, really, from a pure, from a classic labor, like if we're talking about, the push and pull and the drama between labor and management, it's a very anti-labor move. Like if this was I don't know, if they were working in a warehouse in the 20s, his boys may have all kind of ganged up on him because here was the best quarterback kind of artificially log jamming and kind of handicapping the quarterback market for a while because, you would say, oh, well, Tom Brady gets this. You think you deserve that? No, eventually it was so ridiculous that he became such an exception that it didn't matter. But yeah, he is someone like Drew Brees was always very cognizant of maximizing his value, not just for him to maximize money, but because you try to get the most money you can in your contract. So when the next guy gets his, he gets more. And then when yours rolls back around, if you're so good, you end up getting more. It's like the old rising tide thing. Brady didn't care about that. He cared about winning.
He cared about winning, man, more than more than anything.
More than
I think we can safely say that.
Labor solidarity. But that is, that's why he wins 7 Super Bowls for his career.
Yeah.
And how many did he lose? How many did he play in?
10?
That's insane.
Plus 2 of the Giants.
23 years in a league with 32 teams, where only 2 teams get to play in that game. And so, essentially, it was a coin flip on any given year if he was playing in the Super Bowl or not.
Yeah.
That should not be possible.
Nope. That's what, no one outside of maybe, we say that. It's like Mahomes, and we'll see what Burrows and the class of generational type quarterbacks we have coming up can do. But it just feels like even Mahomes is going to be tough for him to get there.
Well, yeah, the sheer volume of Super Bowls
it's the longevity of it, too.
Yeah.
You can do it, in a short space, but can you do it for 20 years?
Well, and that's what else, because he played so long and got so dominant in terms of, volume passing statistics, he does actually check both boxes. He retires as the most championships, but he also retires as the league leader in passing yards and touchdowns. I mean, the man passed for 89,000 yards, 649 touchdowns. He played in so many postseason games. There's no chance any of his postseason records are going to be touched. It's you witnessed real greatness. I wonder if it'll stick. Again, there seemed to be a finality in his voice there that I don't feel was there last year when this was all going down. I don't think he appreciated how it went down either last year with Schefter leaking it and even the other day you could tell that he was getting a bit testy because Jim Gray on the Let's Go podcast, because Jim Gray's always asking Jim Gray ain't afraid to ask questions. But he's asking what he's going to do. And he basically said, look, man, if I effing knew, I would effing tell you. And,
except he said it.
And he And he stuck by that. I mean, he did. He says that he knows, and he just went straight to the source and controlled it himself and put that video out there that you just heard. So truly the end of an era, and now we move on to the next generation of quarterbacks. Like you said, Mahomes. I'm putting T-Law in that group now. I'm excited, bro. I'm excited to see Trevor Lawrence next year. You're hating, dude. Don't be hating just because he came back on Herbie and
I don't
the
care about
boys.
that. I'm just saying, like, let him get to an AFC championship game before you put him in that category, Bo.
I mean, I'm not putting him in the Mahomes category, but he is one of the exciting next generation of quarterbacks.
The tier system of quarterbacks is very, very interesting because it feels like Mahomes is rarefied air. The only person that's even holding on to that tier and not maybe fully in there is Burrow, and then it's Allen, and then so it's like the way it's working out right now, like it's hard to even create a tier system because it feels like there's guys that are like in their own tier, and then it starts the true tier system.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Like Mahomes and Burrow are kind of above everyone, and then Josh Allen to be like right behind that, but then above everyone else.
And then like depending on what Jalen Hurts does, I mean, coming up in the Super Bowl, and he might not be the same style quarterback. That doesn't matter. We're talking about just a tier system of overall quarterback play.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, though. Trevor Lawrence firmly an upper tier 2 now.
Sure.
Oh,
I mean, I don't. In my head, I don't know what your upper tier 2 is.
Tier 1 tends to be like you're like your 3 or 4 best. I would say like tier 1 would be, if we were doing it in my head, it would be Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, and. I mean, I don't think we're not putting Aaron Rodgers there anymore? It's probably still Aaron Rodgers, or no?
I don't know.
Am I crazy?
Yeah, we'll figure it out. I'll get a pen and paper. We'll figure this deal out.
God, because Aaron Rodgers is kind of old now. Huh.
Yeah, that's the kind of, but he's still elite talent.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I feel like I didn't watch a ton of Packers this year. I love that the Lions kept them out of the playoffs, so that is fantastic.
Look, that's the team I care about, okay?
So Jared Goff. Jared Goff or Trevor Lawrence, who's better?
Trevor Lawrence.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, you're not going to hot take me, Bo.
Jared Goff had a good
really good year, though.
He had a good year. Shout out Jared Goff. I don't know how this Tom Brady segment turned into shout out Jared Goff, but
it did.
Shout out Jared Goff.
And now this segment has grit.
How about this? Andy Dalton? Firmly tier 3. Andy Dalton, also the best quarterback in the NFC South right now. How about that? Saints, what's all this talk about Hinton and Hooker? Saints don't need anybody. They got
Ritter,
they got a vet.
Kyle Trask / Blaine Gabbert for Tampa, and Sam Darnold, right? That's okay.
Hell yeah, dude.
All right, let the red rifle ride.
God, the NFC South is sad. All right, when we get back here on Off the Bench.
Hopefully you're going to catch up with Max Duggan. We'll see if we can get that going. So hopefully we can catch up with Max Duggan.
All right, cool.
TCU quarterback, obviously second in the Heisman Trophy voting.
Yeah. Stick around, OGB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger. Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Bayou Ford has $4,000 off MSRP plus $1,000 Ford credit cash on new 22 Ford F-150 XLT trucks. That's $5,000 off plus 0% financing. And all new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Start your day with news and newsmakers. Start your day with traffic, weather, and local stories that are important to you. Kickstart your day every day. Mornings with Brian Haldane from 6 to 9 a.m. Weekdays on Talk 107.3.
There it is, the extra mile. On the border of expected and extraordinary. For those willing to go further. Like vans customized for work or play. With safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Louisiana. It's a place defined by culture, by pride, by passion, by people who do more than love this place. They celebrate it, elevate it, champion it. They are the individuals who embody what makes Louisiana great. The companies that make Louisiana a better place to work and live. The nonprofits leading transformational change in our communities. Champions of Louisiana are all around us, and LWCC is proud to celebrate them because we've always been Louisiana loyal, supporting the workers, the innovators, the change agents of this great place we call home. Who are the champions around you? Together, we can share their stories. Together, we can help our home state thrive. Together, we are Louisiana loyal. Always.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
All right, let's say ah.
Where'd my spotlight go?
Super weird, but we can take care of it.
Get in and get better at Patient Plus.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
Follow us on Twitter at 1045ESPN to cast your vote in the Citizens Bank and Trust poll of the day. Vote daily inside off the bench, anytime. Hunt Palmer. And after further review, Citizens Bank and Trust brings you the poll of the day via Twitter at 1045ESPN.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend.
Me, Jimmy Ott, for the Wednesday evening edition of Game Time. We're live at Roca Pizzeria on Government Street. Game Time at Roca Pizzeria, Wednesday, 6 to 8 p.m. on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Even though you know I died for you, your love and mine. Yes, I cry, yes, I cry.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Esther and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Yo, what's going on, y'all? Return of the Max.
Yeah, there you
How about
go.
that?
Okay, T.
I know.
I'll give you that one.
He can't hear it, though. We had Return of the Mac playing, so it's Return of the Max. We got Max Duggan, one of the stars of this year's college football, story, the story of this year. Heisman finalist in the Natty, an incredible player. Max, what's up, man? Thank you so much for joining us today, dude.
How are you guys? Appreciate having me on.
Thank you. I know it's a bit of a whirlwind, right? It's basically people just shuttling you like to different places 24/7, trying to exhaust you and test you mentally and everything. How you holding up, man?
Yeah, it's been fun. You only go through this process once. So I think just enjoying it is the most important thing.
All right, yeah, I mean, you played late into the season, obviously playing the last game of the college football season. It's like, so what's it been like for you after that? I know we played in the national championship game. The next day, I flew out to Arizona, trained for a couple weeks, and then flew back here for the Senior Bowl. Have you kind of been the same process, just kind of going back and forth?
Yeah, just kind of, running back and forth. So after, a couple of days after we got back from California, got all my stuff, went right back out to Los Angeles to train for a couple weeks, and then, flew down here.
Yeah.
Jeez, dude. And so what has it been like? We asked Jake, we were talking to Jake Handler, but we asked him the same thing. How are you approaching it when, like, the position of quarterback, you have so many people relying on you, your timing, your leadership to make the football look good. How are you kind of accelerating that process with these players here?
Yeah, I think just going in there and being confident, being a leader, it's a new group of men that, doesn't know you at all. And I think once you really understand the information, concepts, the process, you feel confident going in there and being able to lead them. And then once you're confident, those guys are going to be confident. It kind of makes things run a little bit more smoother.
Max, I had y'all for the Fiesta Bowl, and I caught up with you, and I told all of my colleagues, like, y'all were so locked in on that game against Michigan, because I had both teams, and I would talk with Michigan and be like, it's about what we do. It's not really about the other team. But y'all were, like, giving me names and positions of Michigan players and what y'all wanted to do. I mean, y'all were a team that really just bought into whatever Coach Sonny Dykes was selling, and y'all had a great game plan. That Fiesta Bowl, I mean, that was a clinic tape of how to prepare for a game.
Yeah, and, it starts with Coach Dykes and the culture that he brought in and of preparing us and the confidence that he puts in us as players and as a program. And, Coach Kaz, our strength coach, did a great job of getting us prepared, mentally prepared for, a big game. We didn't want to. We weren't happy just by being there. We want to go win a game. So that was kind of our focus.
Well, and what it ends with, Max, like, I mean, we're so deep in this, like, over talking about things that to you as the player don't really matter, right? But, like, it validated TCU on a stage that it's never been validated before, right? And it validated the idea of, like, an expanded play, like all these sorts of things. Like, it was huge for college football. How does it feel to you to know that you brought that to your school? Because, like, TCU should have already been there, been Power 5 for over a decade now, won a ton of games, finished second in the country before, but for whatever reason, it feels like this is the year where finally people are now coming around and be like, okay, yes, no, this is a college football power.
Yeah, we've had so many great teams come through our program, undefeated seasons, just a lot of special seasons that, we may have not been able to make that jump yet. And for this year, for us to be able to make it to national championship, obviously it didn't go the way we wanted to, but I think we were able to put our program going in the right direction, and Coach Dykes has got it, moving the right way.
Max, obviously now it's so easy to leave and go somewhere else, and very easily, because your junior season you put up good stats. I mean, you were the guy, and then coming into the season, look, it's well documented, like not the starter game one, but you don't leave. You stay around there for your teammates, for yourself, and I'm a big fan of betting on yourself. I mean, you're betting on yourself this week being here when other quarterbacks decided not to be here. What was that like for you, though? Because, again, 99.9% of guys are leaving trying to find somewhere else because you had tape. You had tape of being a really good quarterback in the Big 12. Why did you decide to stay this year?
Yeah, I think it just, it showed a lot to what I think about our teammates, or my teammates, the guys in our locker room, my university, how I feel about that. I didn't want to be anywhere else, whether I was playing or whether I wasn't. I wanted to be at TCU, and whatever role I was in, I was going to, make the best of it. So
I mean, that is so crazy, though. You make peace with maybe being the backup, but then by years in, you're standing in New York, dude. And in the Natty, I just remember, too, looking at you in that Big 12 championship game, man. And I don't know, it's one of the clearest examples of a time where I've seen somebody just putting everything on the line, right? Just like dog tired, bleeding everywhere. Is that something that, like, and it's how you all won so many close games?
Yeah,
this
you deserved
year.
a neck roll for that last drive. I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah, bro. So, like, is that something, though, that you that you think is a strength for you going into all of this, that kind of inherent toughness and ability to push yourself?
Yeah, I think just the trait of, toughness and being gritty and competitiveness, I think kind of those intangible assets can, really help you. I think a lot of guys, at this spot, they can all throw, they can all run. Everyone's athletic. Yeah. So I think just, having kind of that competitive mindset with a lot of guys, that are here have it, can really help.
What sort of differences are you noticing maybe in even now, like an NFL quarterback meeting room versus like a college quarterback meeting room?
Yeah, I think just the kind of process of pre-snap and install is a little bit different in college. Offenses, obviously, some teams run kind of a pro-style offense, but process of even just huddling. Not a lot of teams in college even huddle that much.
Taking a snap under center.
Yeah, you got to call out a longer kind of terminology and things of that sort, taking snaps under center and different drops and all that. But it's been fun to learn.
Yesterday you made a play. It was in the team drill where you kind of move around the back foot a little bit, buy some extra time for yourself. You toss it over the linebacker level, and I think you hit a tight end on a crosser for a big play, and we've seen you do that at TCU. You find a way to make a play. Today's NFL, you can kind of do that now, though. Like, that's something that used to. I want to see you in the pocket. I want to see you hit that back foot and get the ball out. When you talk to these teams, do they appreciate the fact that you can extend the play, find a way, keep your eyes downfield, and make a play like you made yesterday?
Yeah, I think, the game's moving to, mobility. And, mobility doesn't need to be, you need to run a 4.4, but, be able to move a little bit to create just a little bit of time for you to be able to get a ball, get to, your guys are athletic. And I think that's kind of where the game's moving.
What are they? What are teams telling you in terms of kind of how they envision you as an NFL prospect?
Yeah, kind of. There's a lot of different opinions. Of guys talking about what they like about myself, whether it's physical tools, tangible aspects, mental side of the game, but kind of varies team to team of what they're looking for and things that I need to improve on.
Are you driven, like, if you hear things like, oh, he's not going to translate, like, are you driven by like negative motivation, positive motivation? Like, what kind of, where do you kind of find that what we saw during the year, that kind of fight, that like will? Where do you find that?
Yeah, I don't know about negative comments really motivate me. Obviously, they might give you a kick in the butt, but
no, for sure.
I think a lot of it is just proving to the people that have supported me and had my back and put a lot of time and effort into me of doing it for them. So.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, you got a couple of your TCU teammates here. Darius Davis, somebody we know very well. I mean, he played high school locally where we do radio, and it's been fun to watch him. Special Teams Player of the Year in the Big 12. And then, of course, D. Winters, who was all over the place there, not only at the end of the season, but all season long for you. So what's it like to see your guys here as well?
Yeah, it's fun. All those guys have put so much work in, and they deserve to be here and be able to show their skills and on this type of level. And then obviously they get to get in front of a lot of people, a lot of eyes, and get to see their personality and what type of person they are. And I think that's really going to help them.
All right, so TCU does lose a lot. I was covering that national championship game. They kind of put up like the seniors, like who's graduating. I'm like, oh man, there's Max's name. Oh, there's D's name. Oh, it was like the who's who list. So obviously you do lose a lot of NFL guys. Like you said, going to play on Sundays. How does TCU kind of replace all that they're losing? Like, what's it look like maybe for them next year? Do you think they can kind of get back into that conversation?
Yeah, I think, it just starts with Coach Dykes of, putting confidence in us. Obviously,
Coach Dykes,
we got guys that are coming back. They got a lot of snaps that played a lot, whether it's both our tackles coming back. Obviously, a lot of guys on our defense are coming back. And then I know Coach Dykes has hit the recruiting trail pretty hard. Got some high school kids, got some big-time transfers coming in that are going to be playmakers right away and into the scheme. So I think we're gonna be all right going in the right direction.
Steal a coordinator from Arkansas as well. Go to the SEC and get one of the top coordinators as well to replace Riley. Yeah.
Hey, we're a Louisiana show. Have the Saints talked to you at all yet?
So we met with half the teams yesterday, and I think we're meeting with the other half tomorrow, so I haven't met with the Saints yet.
All right. What about the Chargers? What about the Chargers?
he played for the Chargers.
Chargers on the other side, too.
Okay. We should have caught up with you tomorrow. That's okay. I'll yell at you in the hallway, see how it went.
The Chargers are still worried about blowing a 27-point
Hey, chill.
Max, thank you so much, man. I know this is like an insane wall-to-wall schedule, and we kept you long, so thank you, man, for hanging out with us here on Off the Bench, and best of luck this week, man.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys having me on.
Thanks,
Absolutely. Max Duggan. When we get back, more OTB.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Yo, what's happening, y'all? That was great. Love Max. If he was in Baton Rouge, he'd probably be a part of the G team. Okay, who is a part of the G team? Jade Daniels, Alexis Morris, Angel Reese. In fact, the entire LSU women's basketball team. You can be a part of the G team as well. You need some personal injury attorney needs. 225-888-8888. Okay, get Gordon and get it done. Follow him on social media at Get Gordon, where they're always doing all kind of incredible giveaways and whatnot. And I really love the sit down that Gordon has with Mason Smith if you want to get hyped for next football season. But the bottom line is get it done on the court, in NIL, in the courtroom as well. Get Gordon and get it done.
10.
Oh, there we go. I got time. Hey, I sat back down. GetGordon.com. Go to the website right now. Have a live chat right there on the website. 225-888-8888.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Follow us on Twitter at 1045ESPN to cast your vote in the Citizens Bank and Trust Poll of the Day. Vote daily inside off the bench, anytime. Hunt Palmer. And after further review, Citizens Bank and Trust brings you the Poll of the Day via Twitter at 1045ESPN.
Louisiana. It's a place defined by culture, by pride, by passion, by people who do more than love this place. They celebrate it, elevate it, champion it. They are the individuals who embody what makes Louisiana great. The companies that make Louisiana a better place to work and live. The nonprofits leading transformational change in our communities. Champions of Louisiana are all around us, and LWCC is proud to celebrate them because we've always been Louisiana loyal, supporting the workers, the innovators, the change agents of this great place we call home. Who are the champions around you? Together, we can share their stories. Together, we can help our home state thrive. Together, we are Louisiana loyal. Always.
Moon Griffon is back. The voice of Louisiana politics makes his return to Baton Rouge. Catch the Moon Griffon Show weekdays from 9 to 11 a.m. on Talk 107.3.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Hanigrove, join us for the Wednesday edition of Hanny Time. Shea Dixon is with us. It's National Signing Day, though it figures to be a little bit quiet for the Tigers. We'll get you up to date on everything going on around the country. Plus, we do first class, second class, no class. Hanny Time, noon weekdays, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Yo, what's going on, y'all? Welcome back. Okay, yeah, Ollie, that mic too is pretty bad. So like you might have to put it like up on your mouth. Give me a little mic check. Give me a little mic check. Mic check. Mic check.
Oh,
okay, that ain't so bad, dude. I think we're good to go, man.
Old Barry White sound
dude,
himself down
look
there.
at this, dude. Just a couple of old LSU has-beens. I guess we're actually all LSU has-beens now, boys. So welcome to the club. We got Jay Ward and Ollie Gay here. Let's go, dude. Ali, we'll start with you, man. Or Jay, we'll start with you, I guess, because
he was here first.
I know.
Come on, man.
I caught myself in the middle of it. Jay, what's up, bro? How you feeling, man? How's this week been?
I feel good. This week been going pretty good. Got to showcase what I could do at practice yesterday, show my versatility.
Yeah, well, you've done that all year. We could talk about that. Ali, how about you, man? What's his first couple days? What's kind of stuck out to you most his first couple days?
Just seeing a lot of guys from other conferences from across the country, and just being able to surround myself with coaches that's coaching the next level. Being coached by him firsthand, it's a great opportunity.
Hell yeah, man. And it's a schedule that is unceasing, and we'll talk about y'all's time at LSU a bit as well. But Jay, when you look at this week, you talk about showcasing your versatility. What is the main thing that you are hoping to accomplish?
So I can play different roles for your team. Like I could go cover, I can hit, cover whoever, whenever, and wherever.
Does it help, when, like you said, you're surrounded by all new faces, all new guys, and there's always a bit of that, kind of sizing each other up thing going on constantly. Does it help to have a teammate here that you're comfortable with?
Absolutely. Being around Jay, we came from playing at LSU and coming out here, being the only two guys out here. But we're not scared of the competition. We've gone against guys, even better.
Yeah.
So just being out here, we come in here to bring, the guys, type of players that we are and the type of guys that we are. And we're not scared of competition. We're here to show who we are as players.
What about you, Ali? Are they talking to you about maybe being a 4-3 defensive end, 3-4 outside linebacker? Are you trying to prove that you can do both here this week in Mobile?
I don't think I have to prove it, because I've shown it all year. But all I can do is make sure I solidify that and show it while I'm out here. They've seen my film. They've seen that I can play 4 3 tech, 5 dropping coverage. So I've shown that versatility of mine. So I think just being out here and showing that I can do everything.
Oh, we got to ask Jay, can Ali drop in coverage? He said that so easy. You're the guy that does it all the time. He said that like he's got some real skills out there, like you flip the hips.
Ali could drop
Okay.
Good.
All right, just want to make sure.
Can Jay rush the passer off the edge?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that, yeah.
Just put a couple more moves in his bag. And
boys, y'all had a wild run at LSU when you look at the years that you went through, right? And I know, Ali, you came in 2020, right?
Yes, sir.
So starting in the insanity of the COVID year, right? Jay starts with the Natty. I'll start with you, Ali. What was that transition to Brian Kelly like, right? To go from the lows of what y'all did to then winning the SC West, beating Alabama, 10 wins, all these things that were like, bro, y'all were picked to finish 5th in the SEC West this year. Y'all killed it. What was this transition like? How do you feel about kind of what Kelly's installed here at LSU?
I think we were tired of losing, man.
Yeah.
I know Jay could attest to the same thing. Like, we were tired of losing, and when we heard Kelly was coming in, we at first I think I was one of the guys that was unsure of what we were gonna get.
Yeah.
But we knew his background. We knew he was a winner. So. And for me and my teammates, we just wanted to win again. We wanted to be on top. And I think this year, we were more than, surprised of how the season came. But we believed that we could do it. We believed that we could get it done. And when we believe in Coach Kelly's process, we just followed it. And, the season ended how it went.
Yeah. What about you, Jay? Do you have a memory or anything from this year that stands out in terms of, was it the Alabama game? What stands out to you the most?
I'll say after the Alabama game when all the fans rushed the field.
It had to be crazy, bro.
That was my first time experiencing fans.
Were y'all okay? So when they go for the 2-point conversion, were y'all sitting on the bench and watching, or were you up on the sideline?
I was standing on top of the bench.
We're missing that.
I was sitting in the corner just praying.
Yeah.
Hey, I got to ask Jay, though, because I'm a full Gator hater here, and one of the first plays I think we remember you from is an interception against Florida. That had to be the craziest game that you ever played in. I think, 3-touchdown underdog going into games or something crazy like that?
20-point dogs, dude. You had no chance.
And then all these plays are being made. You made one of, obviously, the plays that we all remember. What was it like being in that game? And a shoe gets tossed, and that's the reason you get a chance to kick the field goal there.
Man, that game was crazy because it actually got foggy that game.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know how Cade made the field goal. He couldn't even see the uprights.
Man, it was hard to see out there. So being in that atmosphere during that year, I had fun. That's probably one of my most favorite games.
Yeah, it had to be.
I would say the same thing too, because we went out there. We had I think less than scholarship guys that we needed to play.
Yep. And then no Flight got kicked out that game.
I forgot about that.
The White had to step up at the time.
That pick on the sideline though, where you kept yourself in bounds, was so crazy. Do y'all feel like So I mean, y'all dealt with a lot of adversity, Ali, while y'all were at LSU. Do you feel like in the end that it made you stronger, having gone through those lean years before getting back?
Absolutely. Coming in, it was that's not something you expected your first year at
LSU.
But the way it turned, the way it turned out, it happened for a reason. And I think towards the end, we got the best out of it. And I would say, I had great memories, even though it wasn't the kind of experience you wanted to have. But there were a lot of good things that came out of it.
Yeah, hell yeah. I mean, a lot of times that's where we kind of learn about ourselves. What about you, man?
I'd say the same, especially how my first 2 years played out, coming in hurt. I wouldn't change it for nothing, though. Everything happened for a reason.
I want to ask you about LSU maybe next year. Obviously now, you're worried about your future, but y'all have gone again. You go against Will Campbell and Emory Jones every day in practice, 2 freshman All-Americans. You go against Malik Neighbors, who had a quiet 1,000-yard season that nobody really talks about, doesn't get the credit he deserves. What do y'all think about the future of LSU and how they're looking next year? I mean, obviously Jaden coming back is huge news as well.
I think LSU's in good hands, man. I think there's a lot of guys that stepping up that's going to be leaders next year. You got Mikal Wingo. You got Miles Frazier, you got Greg Brooks, all those guys.
Yeah.
I think the team is in good hands. A lot of young talent too from last year and coming in. So I think the team is in good hands, and LSU is looking to be even better this next year.
What about you, Jay?
I feel like LSU, they in the college playoff next year.
I mean, it's trending in the right direction, obviously.
Top
in the transfer portal rankings, number 1 in the country, 5th in high school recruiting, and, of course, what y'all did last year to kind of set that foundation back.
Had to get that foundation back, man. That's what, I mean, I think one day, I don't know, you're probably too close to it now to see it, but, outside looking in, I think, one day, I know I appreciate, I think y'all appreciate as well, what y'all did this season kind of reestablishing that culture, because you mentioned the process and culture creation. It's always very hard to do, and it's it's something that somebody has to lead the way, right? You pass the lessons on to the young guys. Y'all restarted rolling that ball of momentum that I think, I think it's going to pay huge. And I feel like I watched a lot of those LSU documentaries they put out there and stuff, and I feel like you were very cognizant of that. You did you make it at a point to kind of choose again? I'm gonna step into a leadership role. I'm gonna take control, and I'm gonna get people bought in. Because I remember hearing a speech that you gave after it was summer run. It looked like, and it was basically look, man, I know things are different, but if we're gonna be we're gonna buy in. We're gonna go for this.
Yeah, no, one thing about me, I want to win. I want to win. I came to LSU to win. And everybody expected that to keep on going after the national championship. And the season that we had didn't really show that we were still winners. So I wanted to win. I was tired of losing, and I know a lot of my teammates like Jay Ward and the guys were tired of losing as well. So I think if you want to win, you got to do it. You got to sacrifice. You got to do everything you need to do. You can't complain. You got to show up. Put your best foot forward, and do what it takes to win. So I think me stepping up in that leadership role was just it shows the type of team I wanted to have. It's all buy in, do what's necessary, make sacrifices, and and just do everything we can.
Last one for me. Full pads today? Full pad practice today?
Ooh,
yeah.
All right.
Boy.
All right. What are y'all looking forward to the most at today's practice? One-on-ones?
It
seems like it seems to be the one that everybody.
Bro.
Are you making money?
Yeah, defensive players one-on-one surprise.
This is where me and Jay get together, though, because it's the O-linemen and the DBs. We're at the disadvantage in the one-on-ones, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there's no wash to deal with. Ali can cut up inside, and there's no guard waiting on him. Like, yeah, no, the alignment and the defensive backs were.
The poor DBs. I saw yesterday the receivers out there running routes. They had the entire field.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
One-on-one. It's like, man, you know a linebacker would be in there. Stop running in there so fast.
Yeah, they be trying to run routes like knowing somebody be sitting right there.
All right.
Yeah, man. Hey, look, y'all, best of luck. Thanks so much, man. I know we kept y'all long, and I know it's an insane week, but hell yeah, man. Go Tigers. Thanks for everything y'all did, and have a good day today.
I appreciate it, man.
Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
boys. Ollie Gay, Jay Ward, more OTB. Closing hour number 2 next.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob. With Hester and T-Bob.
All right, y'all. That was a lot of fun. Getting to sit down with the fellas. You know what else is a lot of fun? Going to college, getting a career. If you're maybe like in a job or something, man, and you're wanting to take it, you want some direction, like some long-term stability. You can accomplish that with ITI Technical College. ITIcollege.edu is a local family-owned trade school and has been for 50 years. It's right off Airline Highway, y'all. And you can go to the website. You can look at the programs that they have, like construction management, whatever you're into. And in just 2 years, you get that AOS degree. And then after you get the degree, they can actually assist you in getting the careers that you're looking for, like relevant to Louisiana industry. I firmly believe it. You can change your life for the better. Invest in yourself. Remember, financial aid is available, including TOPS. So what are you waiting for? ITI Technical College. Go to iticollege.edu.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Start your day with news and newsmakers. Start your day with traffic, weather, and local stories that are important to you. Kickstart your day every day. Mornings with Brian Haldane from 6 to 9 a.m. Weekdays on Talk 107.3.
Corval Toyota in Opelousas is here to help you ring in the new year with no markups, and you'll never pay over MSRP. And we have new inventory arriving daily. So Happy New Year from our Corval Toyota family to yours.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has $8,500 off new 2022 Ram 1500s. New 2022 Ram 1500 trucks on our lot now with $8,500 off MSRP. All new Bayou vehicles come with a 1 million mile warranty. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou is going to do right by you.
Louisiana. It's a place defined by culture, by pride, by passion, by people who do more than love this place. They celebrate it, elevate it, champion it. They are the individuals who embody what makes Louisiana great. The companies that make Louisiana a better place to work and live. The nonprofits leading transformational change in our communities. Champions of Louisiana are all around us, and LWCC is proud to celebrate them because we've always been Louisiana loyal, supporting the workers, the innovators, the change agents of this great place we call home. Who are the champions around you? Together, we can share their stories. Together, we can help our home state thrive. Together, we are Louisiana loyal. Always.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star...
It's join me Wednesday 1 to 3, getting you ready for LSU and Missouri on the hardwood and a little more baseball talk. Hunt Palmer Show 1 to 3 weekdays, 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
There you go. Gabby getting us right. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to OTB. MDK says, I'm way behind in the show. Damn, Jake Hayner was dry, dude. There's no juice. Monotone.
Those quarterbacks are coached up, too.
Yeah, bro. That's what you got to understand.
They don't want to say the wrong thing. They want to make sure they got it all buttoned up. So
they're on. It's like, it's funny because you could see such a direct contrast between, and even Duggan like kind of loosened up a bit, but you could see such a contrast between, and that's why I wish the volume was a little better yesterday, but we figured it out. Great job, team. But like, Chris Rodriguez and Tajay Spears were so chill.
Yeah.
I mean, they were all smiles. Now, granted, they're two players that are probably more sure of themselves in this process, right? Because when you're talking about Hayner and Duggan, those are guys that are having to prove a lot.
Yeah, right.
That aren't necessarily getting the benefit of the doubt. And I know they play that Rodriguez and Tajay play running back, which is hard. But like, those are two guys that just seemed supremely confident about what came next. And reportedly, Jake, even though I didn't get to really lock in on practice as much, it seems like Tajay had a great day.
Oh, he
was one of the big winners of the day.
He had it was a zone run. He pressed it and then kind of cut backside and went untouched for like 35 yards. And then a couple of plays later, he did a great job because, like there's an art to it, selling a screen. He sold it really well, caught it, got upfield, picked up another big 18 to 20-something yard pickup. He had a really good day. He also stoned a linebacker in one-on-ones.
That's exactly what he told us, man.
Yeah, that was good to see. He's explosive, man. That's a kid out of Ponchatoula, Louisiana, and obviously played a lot of big-time high school football. He was talking about T.J. Finley during the break. That was his high school quarterback there. And look, Tulane ended up using him exactly like that player should be used, man. Tulane was lucky to get him. He was lucky Tulane knew exactly what they were doing. But that's a player that you're like, man, how did that guy not end up?
Yeah.
And it's not disrespectful. We love Tulane here on this show. Like, how is that not an SEC running back, though?
So that's where it is kind of interesting with Tajay, though, is that at least statistically it kind of, it all clicked late. Things click for people at different times, right? And this year was a massive jump forward from him, right? And so I guess the fear then is it's like, okay, well, is this legitimate? Is it a flash in the pan? Well, a week like this is how you convince people that, no, it was just the beginning, right? That it wasn't just some high water mark that you managed to achieve, but that it was just the beginning of bigger things coming down the road. So it was great. I was really just, both him and Chris Rodriguez, I was very, very impressed with. And so it was great to see him have such a good day. Also, he's still a little low on that board. I read that he was like the 11th ranked running back, and that surprised me a bit.
Yeah, that's going to go up.
Yeah.
That's going to go up. I can't imagine him staying there. And this is a talented running back class, like it truly is. But you only have probably one first-rounder, Bijan Robinson from Texas. There might be other players that kind of find themselves into that conversation, but I'm sitting here and I'm going to look at the best available running backs. I don't know that I would put 10. Mel Kiper and ESPN, they do have him there. 13. There ain't 13 better running backs
that's what
than
I'm saying.
Tajay Spears. No disrespect to any other player here on this list. In fact, one of these players, I want to see Kenny McIntosh, who kind of went out yesterday's practice. He had a little bit of a hobble off the field. I'll just kind of check in and see exactly where that's at. Now, this, again,
this is actually a pretty good running back.
Really good running back room.
Now that I'm looking at it, these are all some of the names. Of
Jahmyr Gibbs might find his way in the first round. A-Chain, obviously, from Texas A&M. Zach Charbonnet, McBride from UAB, but it's a very talented. You got Sean Tucker from Syracuse, and I know our listeners don't do a lot of Syracuse football watch parties, but he's a dude. Like, he's a really good football player. So you got Tank Bigsby, Zach Evans, Chase Brown, Deuce Vaughn. This is loaded running back room.
Yeah, this is actually kind of crazy. You know what? I'm not saying that he's not going to climb, but okay.
He'll climb.
But now I see why there are so many running backs ahead, because these are all a lot of very.
Let's see which ones. I mean, you have Spears here. You have Kenny McIntosh, as I mentioned. Chris Rodriguez, who comes in at number 6. So Rodriguez is the highest rated.
Is he not coming out?
Running back here. So he's. Where? What'd you say? Minnesota?
Yeah, the Minnesota running back. Is he still senior? No,
he's 19.
Damn, that's crazy.
Johnson, who's here from Texas, he's a 16th ranked back. Chase Brown, 14th ranked back. Kim Peoples is here from App State. He's 21st. Evan Hull, who's here from Northwestern, he's the 23rd rated running back. And he's here in Mobile. I mean, it's a stacked room. And Travis Dye, for your little petite Trojan boys, he's on the list as well.
Travis Dye is still kind of an Oregon Duck, too.
1 minute. And by the way, there's not 15 better running backs than Deuce Vaughn.
Yeah, so that's crazy as well.
Just saying.
Is he a senior? No, right? If he was, I feel like he would have been here. I don't know for sure.
I think Deuce Vaughn is a junior, if I'm not mistaken.
All right.
Yeah, junior.
Oh, that's McIntosh right there.
Oh, he's good. Look, was he the one with the hamstrings that you were eyeballing, eye hustling?
Bro,
I think he was.
him?
I think he was.
Are you just saying
no,
that?
No, he was. He was.
His backside looks pretty impressive in those pants as well.
I think he was.
I think that my guy might have been a little bit bigger.
I don't know. I think I'd recognize that backside.
He must work out.
Yeah.
All right, close out. This is going to be it for hour 2 of OTP. Stick around for hour number 3 coming up here in a couple of minutes.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to RejuveMeMedical.com. Restore me, refuel me, rejuva me. RejuveMeMedical.com. They are the best place to feel younger and better and get your energy back, right? Like was this me and you, Jake, talking about? Who was I talking to this about? Maybe it was me and Rivers. I don't know. We were talking about how, like, you know, we do all this upkeep on everything in our lives, right? Like your vehicles, your computers, all that. Why do we just think that our bodies just need to let it ride? like why not take advantage of the science, where you can look at your hormone levels and see if HRT's for you, or what sort of treatments can help you feel better and kind of even you out. Like do the upkeep. It's fun. It's going to make you feel good, and that's the bottom line.
10
is that Rejuve can restore you, refuel you, and rejuvenate you. Now up in
5.
Shreveport as well. Go to RejuveMeMedical.com. RejuveMeMedical.com.
There it is, the extra mile. On the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further. Like vans customized for work or play. With safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Louisiana. It's a place defined by culture, by pride, by passion, by people who do more than love this place. They celebrate it, elevate it, champion it. They are the individuals who embody what makes Louisiana great. The companies that make Louisiana a better place to work and live. The nonprofits leading transformational change in our communities. Champions of Louisiana are all around us, and LWCC is proud to celebrate them because we've always been Louisiana loyal, supporting the workers, the innovators, the change agents of this great place we call home. Who are the champions around you? Together, we can share their stories. Together, we can help our home state thrive. Together, we are Louisiana loyal. Always.
Follow us on Twitter at 1045ESPN to cast your vote in the Citizens Bank and Trust poll of the day. Vote daily inside Off the Bench anytime. Hunt Palmer. And after further review, Citizens Bank and Trust brings you the poll of the day via Twitter at 1045 ESPN.
Start your day with news and newsmakers. Start your day with traffic, weather, and local stories that are important to you. Kickstart your day every day. Mornings with Brian Haldane from 6 to 9 a.m. Weekdays on Talk 1073.
Toyota in Opelousas is here to help you ring in the new year with no markups, and you'll never pay over MSRP. And we have new inventory arriving daily. So Happy New Year from our Corvette Toyota family to yours.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
All right, let's say ah.
Where'd my spotlight go?
Super weird, but we can take care of it.
Get in and get better at Patient Plus.
Good morning, everybody. It is 9 a.m. on Wednesday, February 1st. Your government taco forecast in Baton Rouge. Expect cloudy skies with a high of 52. You can follow the rest of today's show on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at OTB_ESPN, or catch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel and subscribe for daily content. OTBOT, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio and the Reese's Senior Bowl in Mobile, starts now.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, P, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo, yo, yo.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back. Hour number 3. Guys, it is February 1st, 2023. Allow me to blow your mind for a second. Let me see about how to word this correctly, Jake. We are, shoot. How do I say this? Basically, think about how you felt about the 1980s.
Okay.
During the 2000s. Okay? During the early 2000s. Because we are now at a spot where the same, like, it is 2023, so the early 2000s are now where the 80s were when in 2007. It's like in 2007 when you were winning a national championship and everything, how you felt about the 80s, how long ago that felt, how old that felt. That is now what that 07 year would be pretty much, which is kind of crazy to think about.
I think the one that actually hurts more is, like, if we're as removed as we are from the 07 championship, it'd be like in 07 if I thought about 1991.
Yeah, okay, that's what I was trying to say.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, that's awful.
Yeah.
That's awful.
Yeah. It's not great.
It's not great.
Like, for me, that doesn't feel like it's that long ago. For you, I mean, you were a part of that team, 2-time Scout Team Player of the Week.
Yep,
no big
not to
deal.
brag.
Shout out. Got Glenn Dorsey ready to go.
That's right. And Ricky, well, not really.
and
He
Ricky,
was on Scout Team kind of the entire year.
Yeah, until like the end. It's like, hey, bring in the closer. We need Ricky Jean Francois in here. God, what a free agent pickup that was.
I know, right? For the championship game, too. Post trade deadline somehow.
Oh, man. But, yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate that.
February.
1991.
Okay, but you know what is cool? February is cool. Okay, Black History Month is cool. Mardi Gras is cool.
Yeah.
I have a birthday, so I'm a little biased there, but that's cool.
Katie and Memphis also have a birthday.
Okay, right
in February.
on, dude.
Valentine's Day's in February.
Okay, Valentine's Day is cool.
Yeah.
You know, I guess for some people, maybe not.
President's Day's
for
in
others.
February if we're just keeping this thing going.
Yeah, I don't. Do you get off work President's Day? Like, is a normal job get off? No. I'm not talking about.
I was about to say we get off 4th of July.
The show must
maybe
go
Thanksgiving and Christmas.
The show must go on entertainment. But I'm saying I'm trying to gauge the value of President's Day. I'm saying are most businesses out during President's Day? Do we know? I don't know.
I don't think so,
either, dude.
I feel pretty comfortable in
so
saying
then
I
feel
think so.
comfortable in saying that I don't really care about President's
Isn't
Day.
it like because it's George Washington's birthday and that's why it's President's Day?
I think that sounds right.
Yep.
I mean, I've seen no reason
to doubt that.
To argue with that.
Yep.
So as we enter a new month, we enter a new era of the NFL. Like we said, Tom Brady's retired. Sean Payton is now officially a Bronco. Saints are back in the first round, so that's kind of exciting for whatever it's worth. I don't think you go quarterback there, but, well, I guess it remains to be seen. Okay, look, Washington says President's Day is a holiday for a lot of large companies, so maybe I'm a bit wrong here.
Okay.
I mean, I'll take the L if somebody can, if somebody can prove it. I will definitely do that. Dan Bass said I thought it was President's Day. That's funny.
Avo says I remember when BR was flooding and they made y'all go on air. One of the ones for me, we never missed a day in studio during a global pandemic.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude.
Not one day.
Hell yeah.
Did we not
even
come
when we
on
had
air.
COVID, we just both had COVID, so we just did it from your house.
We did, yeah.
Like some ballers, and then had a COVID birthday party where we got everybody just said, hey, everybody has COVID, come on over.
Yeah.
Celebrate Rivers' birthday.
Yeah, real responsible.
Krista Kissinger, oh, look at that. She says her and her husband both have birthdays in February, and they live in Houston where the rodeo starts this month as well. Hell yeah, dude. I know I'm excited too, bro. I'm going to, oh, crap. Am I going to Disney during President's Day? It's February 20th. That's not good. It's supposed to be one of the worst weekends to go. Oh, well, it's what it is. I can't wait. It's going to be awesome. All right, Jake. I think we're going to do a little Would You Rather this hour. I asked the people, and the questions are rolling in. So we can do a little Would You Rather coming up next.
How about this this text we got from Matt Flynn? And if you text it to us during the show, it's going on air. He said, I thought Tommy Hodson was old when I was at LSU. Now I'm that old quarterback that's compared to guys like that in the LSU quarterback room.
Yeah, bro. I mean, yeah, I don't think Ali Gay or Jay Ward knew who I was at all or that I played at LSU. It's, alas, my Jesus year is about to end. In 7 days, I will be, or 8 days, I suppose, I will officially be 34, and I'm a little bummed to see it go, but it is what it is. I'm also a little bummed about Sean Payton to see it go, but I'm happy to, you know what I will say, though? I've approached it, and it's kind of funny as I'm just, like, working through the stages of this breakup on air. One thing I do like about the Sean Payton deal, on top of getting back into the first round, which is just way more exciting from, like, our coverage of everything, is that at least it's over, right? Because it would have been really annoying to have to go through an entire offseason of if Dennis Allen struggles, are you going to bring Payton back? Can you bring Payton back? Does he want us to come back? Like, it would have been real annoying. Oh, I almost fell.
Yeah, you almost did fall. We're going to make CD come sit with us. We're live on air, CD, but it doesn't matter. Just sit in the middle between us. Throw CD a headset.
It's just way better, though, that you don't have to deal with that anymore. Here, wear my headset.
Oh, what a guy. What a guy. Just gives you his headset.
I've always said that. T-Bob will take the headset right off his head. You know what I mean? That's the kind of guy he is.
The headset off my head. There we go. Chris Dorian, what's up, man?
This feels like home here. I get to be with my buddies.
I know, bro. Hey, you did like 18 hours of radio till about 9 o'clock last night.
I felt bad for you. Like normally, like you have FOMO when your friends are doing something you're not. I did not have any FOMO for you.
I try to complain about the amount of radio I did yesterday. You do that every single day, though, right? Between your show in Baton Rouge and your show on Sirius XM. I mean,
I'll do 3 hours later with you today.
That's right.
Yeah,
we're gonna knock that out.
T-Bob
was doing the one-man show yesterday.
I actually had Aaron. Aaron was there on. We do it over, whatever, like some video thing.
I'm just talking about
or
your
not.
setup. You were doing that. That was like a local
you like that,
television.
dude?
got
I
the-
know. I felt like I was a local news guy, like doing a stand-up shot. It felt really interesting.
Don't worry, T-Bob. I got a video of it. Yeah, don't
oh my
worry.
God, dude, that looks so funny.
I got a video of it. Don't worry.
man,
It is here.
Yeah, maybe Stanny was an awkward choice. I don't know if I'm
No,
going
that
to
was
stand
great.
today.
The awkwardness made it better.
Yeah, I guess
I
guess
can't hear you, but I
probably
felt
right.
like you probably sounded like, welcome back in here at Mobile Stadium here at Hancock Whitney.
Bro, Hancock Whitney's a ball stadium.
It is.
Dude, that is a great stadium.
Like,
man. Are you kidding me?
What kind of
Certainly
investment
compared to
does
what
USA
we played
have?
in.
Let's pour some out for Lad Peebles, but I mean,
let's get a 40
quite
or
the
two.
contrast.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that.
I would say that a 40 is like two 40s would fit better at Lad People's.
Oh,
than-
how many
That's what I'm
40s do you
saying,
think
yeah.
are consumed at
Yeah,
Lad
that's what I was
Peebles
gonna
over
say.
there?
Like, I would rather drink 40s at Lad People's, but it's a little uptight there. But no, it is.
What do you
it
go,
is really
Mickey's
nice.
Big Mouth, or what's your?
I don't think
You go
so.
St. Ives?
Mad Dog?
We played what do we call it? Edward 40 Hands like a couple times in college, but never. It was never like one of our consistent go-tos because like when you get to the bottom, it's just that
Yeah,
like
it's not great.
it's just piss hot, and you've had so much, and you don't want it anymore. Was it Old English?
Old
Maybe?
English,
Yeah, Old English
Yeah,
is one.
dude.
Yeah.
I think Old English is the only 40s that. Well, that's not true. In Cabo at Squid Row, which I don't know if
You know
I've
the
ever.
squid thing, by the way. We've been
Yeah,
doing
you
a lot
got
of
a big
squid.
squid
I'm
today.
squid
Big
ink
guy,
for
dude.
dinner.
I love tentacles. That's why I'm so into it.
I've known that about you.
You should not see my internet search history, dude. It's me and the Japanese get along.
If
very well.
there's one person who I could like pay money to see their search history just for research purposes, it'd be T-Bob.
No.
Yeah.
There's no need for all that.
It's like, how did that thought pop into your brain and you actually put it out there in the ether for somebody to check?
The point is that at Squid Row in Cabo, they sell Pacifico 40s at the bar. And there is nothing cooler than getting to be on the dance floor with a giant 40 in your hand.
Did it fall out of your
I was
hand?
going to say, how many of those have been
I
dropped
did.
on the dance
I
floor?
literally dropped and shattered one, and I felt so bad. I panicked, and I was
Yeah.
like, this is an a-hole move. But I was like, am I going to stick around?
Just got to walk away?
Nope. Yeah, I was like, what am I going to do? Am I going to stick around? And nope. Kind of ducked my head and tried to
Wow.
furtively sneak away, and I don't know how that glass got cleaned up.
I love that. What did you just say? Furtively?
Yeah, furtive. Like, like kind of like sneaky.
I don't know if I've ever used
Hey,
that.
look, T-Bob has like, I'm pretty sure he has like words of the day that he looks up. He's like, I'm going to use that today.
I like
the big word guy.
vocabulary, dude.
You're a smart guy.
I love. See, but that's the best part about it. Like, not really. Like you just convince people you're smart by using big words. You're like, oh, I mean, that's a smart guy. Like, you're like a super successful businessman and everything. Like, you're a smart guy.
Yeah.
But you're like, oh no, I'm a meathead. I'm not. No, like you are a smart guy. I just know vocab.
T-Bob thought New Jersey was a city until like 6 months ago.
Geography's kind of an overrated subject to begin with, though. I mean, what's the
especially
point,
in the
dude?
Northeast. It's tough up there
Yeah,
in
that's
the
what I'm
Northeast.
saying, bro. It's just one giant clump of. It's just an amalgamated
Just
mess.
make it
There's
all
no
New
need for
England.
it, dude. Yeah,
Just combine it all.
That's right.
exactly. Would you rather eat the tentacles or the tubes?
The tubes, there's no question. The
tubes.
tentacles are a lot.
Tentacles are a lot. The only time that it's a bit, it kind of is a lot for me is when you're talking about eating like an octopus and you get like a big like thick limb with the suckers still on it.
It's more like a squid than an.
Is that
I
what
mean,
it is? A squid,
yeah.
like whatever.
Is that? Because I thought that's more like grilled octopus has the little.
I mean,
That's what I'm thinking of.
wasn't
I'm thinking-
Dennis telling us?
No. Oh, yeah, squidgili or something.
I
Something
don't know.
very,
I don't know.
something
I don't know.
very.
The seven fishes,
yeah,
right? We
yeah.
learned something
But
the
yes,
other
dude,
night.
He told me that it is tradition in a lot of Italian-American households. I don't know if it goes back to the old country, but yeah, the 7 fishes. So you can't eat meat on Fridays, right? Can't eat meat on Lent if you're Catholic. Well, I guess the traditional Christmas Eve dinner are 7 different fishes. 7 different fish sets. Which, hey, the dinner of the 7 fishes. It's got a great feel to it.
Hey, you know what we got to ask CD? We haven't even off the
suckers are the
record yet
best
about his
parts.
Florida Gators. Anthony Richardson being a top 10 pick. All right, take the blue and orange glasses off.
I mean, does he even feel blue and orange
I don't even
glasses
need
for
to-
Anthony Richardson?
well,
what
here's
did
the
he do?
In addition to being a Gator, he's also a Gainesville boy, so I have that connection with him as well.
Where did he go to high school?
Eastside High School.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're talking about a guy that has all the athletic ability, has the body, has the explosiveness, has the arm strength, but just doesn't have a lot of experience.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of people at Florida like, why is he leaving? You know, he needs to come back and play and get more seasoning
Mm-hmm.
and get more reps at the court. If you're going to be a first-round pick, Why would you come
like
back?
that is the goal. Like, the goal is to get picked in the first round.
Yeah.
So if it's already happening, then.
So the problem is going to be for whoever drafts him. Whatever team, it's a high-risk, high-reward pick. But whoever drafts him is going to have to work through the growing pains and the learning curve and get him up to speed. I think there's things you can do to put him in position to be successful. But one of the things that bothers me, guys, and you saw this, when things don't go right for him early in the game, he has a hard time getting out of that slump. You know, the Kentucky game was one where he, made some mistakes early on and just never recovered from it. So I want to see him grow in terms of his mental toughness. I want to see him, get exposed to an offense that's a more pro-style attack. And I want to see him be able to stay healthy, too, because he's really has a tendency of being fragile. And we know at the NFL level, it's as physical as it could possibly get.
Are you would you draft him in the first round if you were GM?
I mean, I like him.
Does it depend on the right situation, though? It's a no.
I have a hard time.
I like him. I mean, okay.
Like, he's got a great personality. Yeah, he's really nice, real great manners.
Whoever takes him in the first round is basically hinging their future.
Is there a red shirt, though, for him?
Yeah, I mean.
You know what I mean?
You're not expecting to play right away.
Oddly enough, he would be the rare first-round quarterback that you would draft and not expect to play year one.
Yeah.
Like if you have an older quarterback or a bridge quarterback.
You're going, and this is probably not fair because Joel Embiid, I think, was like really badass in college, I believe, wasn't he? But like, I would almost treat this like an Embiid sort of timeline, where maybe even like you mentally account for like 2 years, which is weird though, because an NFL team building strategy, then you've wasted half the rookie contract, and
well, I mean,
that's like a time to strike when you get a first-round rookie quarterback. I don't know, man. It's odd. It's odd.
You can have a bridge quarterback for a year.
If the Saints got him, I'd be like, oh, okay, dude.
Well, you'd have Andy Dalton
have some excitement to the
exactly. He'll add a little spice.
The LSU game, like he looked bad, 80-yard run. I mean, to your point. So, I mean, the Utah game's probably the best tape to turn on and see like what he can be.
Yeah, but look at what, and this was going back to the Mullen era. Like, they asked Dan Mullen about him multiple times. He said, yeah, he missed his first read, missed his second read, missed his third read, tucked the ball and ran, and everybody's celebrating, what a great play he made. Right? So you can do that as an individual player, but not necessarily within the construct of the offense.
Right.
Yeah, you gotta refine that.
What about old Dan? I don't think Dan's rushing to get back into coaching.
How about the rumors though about him potentially being a target for the Alabama OC job?
I've seen that, but I just can't see.
No. How about
Dan loves what he's doing right now.
Grantham as the DC and Mullen as the OC? I mean, basically taking recycled Florida coaches.
I want them to.
I actually hope that happens.
I want them to hire. I don't want them to hire Mullen.
But Grantham will work.
In all honesty,
I want to see
works.
the Alabama melt if they hire Grantham.
In all honesty, though, you can say what you want about Dan Mullen. Dan Mullen is a great play designer.
That's what I mean. That's why I don't want to see him at Alabama. He'd be too good.
As an OC, he scares the hell out of me.
Yeah.
If I'm an opposing
he's like one of the only ones that kind of not traditionally, consistently beat Dave Aranda. Like he would out scheme Dave Aranda pretty.
But I truly I think he's happy. I mean, he does. He works with us on Sirius XM. Works for ESPN.
Could you imagine going from doing that to grinding?
To be in Nick Saban's OC? Nah.
Bro, he wakes up every day. So he's got what, like, I don't know, like $30 million in the bank, I'm sure.
Lives on Lake Oconee.
Yes, he wakes up and plays golf every day. He gets to watch film and help his, like, son, who either plays or coaches, is, like, helping, student coach at this high school. Like, he's living the most chill life ever, dude.
Yeah.
Why?
But here's the thing.
Coaches are weird, dude.
I've said that to other guys. Like, why would you give up a good life? And then I watched my guy Gene Chizik jump right back into the fire after having a pretty good setup himself.
You're exactly right. Chiz is like a football guy, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, he can have fun with it. But like Dan, I think he enjoys it. But I always go back to when we had him at SEC Media Day, and we were just 10 minutes of us just having a good time. And then Cole, hey, let's bring this back to football. And he booed Cole Kublik. Like when he literally booed him because he was taking the fun away from our conversation to talk about football. Like, I think he loves it, but he also, like, he enjoys other things where, like, I think Chiz just enjoys football.
To T-Bob's point, though, like, you got $30 million in the bank or whatever it is. Like, you've already done what you needed to do. Used football as a good vehicle to get you where you need to do whatever.
And you're still on TV.
Doing. Yeah.
You're still on TV. You're still getting you're still going to be involved in the game. I don't get it, man. I hate to say this on the way out, CD, but Bilbo T. Baggins in the chat says, It's been 1,579 days since the last time Florida beat LSU.
Do you think did he get on a calendar, or you just go to that website like
There might actually literally be like
it's pretty easy. Like there's that website you go to. It has like rivalry games, like who's won what.
So that does
just purple,
exist.
just right, all on the front
the
page there.
Winsipedia.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Winsipedia.
We did win in basketball here recently, I think, right?
What's basketball? That's college basketball?
Yeah, college basketball.
I didn't know they had college basketball. Hell yeah, dude. Now, women's college basketball, I know.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Hey, by the way, I told you guys this off the air, but I want to say, the three I think we're really big sports fans in general, and one of the bucket list items that I've always wanted to accomplish was going to Rupp Arena. So I'll fly from here Friday to Lexington to go watch Florida play Kentucky in Rupp on Saturday night, 8:30, man. Yeah, I can't wait to see
That's going to be very
that.
fun, dude. Have fun. Travel safe.
I'm going to go check out our girl Slacks.
Oh, yeah, Slacks
TV's
the
Tom
best,
Hart is calling the game.
Of
so
course
I'm
he is.
hanging
He's
out
the
with
mayor
him.
of Lexington.
Our guy Tim Couch meet up with
Yeah.
Timmy on Saturday. So.
Nice.
Yeah.
Look at this guy planning.
What a legend.
Ready to go. Like he's got an itinerary already.
Bucket list item, dude.
No, I'm proud of him.
Bucket list,
That's the way you do it.
Yeah, you got to come correct.
Yeah, and Slack's going to hook you up, too.
There's no
she's the
question.
best. Yeah.
Tom Hart's pretty cool, too.
Tom Hart, reports are he is one of the final candidates for the Atlanta Braves TV play-by-play.
Oh, no. I wonder if that would –
no for you because he's your colleague at the SEC Network. Good for me because I'm friends with him and he can maybe hook me up.
That's true.
That's a good point. That's a big-time gig.
That is,
He hooked me up with the Lululemon contract, the contact, not contract. I wish I had
say, come on, hook me up with the
I got head-to-toe Lulu here today.
Me too, dude. Come on, dude.
Isn't that the best?
I'm Nike.
It's the absolute best. Underwear, everything.
Oh, you got the underwear?
Oh, bro, you don't. Yeah, bro.
Actually, you know what? Hold on, bro. Full seriousness, I'm not lying.
I know what you showed me the other night.
Seriously,
so I guess we're here.
I got the right. Am I wearing it?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Good for y'all.
Looks great.
Yeah, can't have money.
Appreciate it. Here. You just got to invest, dude. At a certain point, you become an adult, and you got to invest in your balls. Just taking care of them, dude. Okay, and that's what I'm doing.
Look, I'm
an adult. I make money. I'm gonna buy myself some nice undies.
Hey,
okay?
look, if you got grit, you still wear Hanes.
No, gross. Disgusting.
I'm just saying.
Get out of here.
If you got grit, still wear Hanes.
All right, CD.
Good times.
Yeah, you have a great time.
Appreciate it.
And I'll see you out.
This was so fun. I think we should do it for 3 hours.
We're gonna do it all the same exact thing.
Yes.
It's a show about nothing related to sports. Just for you guys.
I was really proud of us yesterday.
Very sportsy.
They're in the middle. Like I could tell, like it was becoming a you and I type show.
Yeah.
But we started and finished strong.
We did, and we had great guests yesterday too.
Yeah, we did.
Drink on and Coach Beamer. The funny part about this, T-Bob, like it's the day before National Signing Day. Like you guys excited for tomorrow? Drink goes.
What's tomorrow?
What's tomorrow? Signing day doesn't even mean anything anymore.
Dead. It's complete. He said, "What's tomorrow?"
Yeah. He probably a little
tongue-in-cheek, but still he's like, "Oh, we're not signing anybody."
Yeah.
Shane had what? He had one for sure, one maybe,
Mm-hmm.
right? Yeah.
I heard Mizzou's out here offering money, man. They just can't get people to take the contracts, take the NIL deals necessarily.
Is that a thing? People turn down money?
I mean,
yes, you hate money.
I guess you're right. There were the people that can you ever really trust anybody, anything saying about this situation? But
I mean, they've put out legends like Tom Hart, Chris Budden, our colleagues.
Yeah.
I mean, you can go have a career in this.
I like Drink, but I feel bad because every year his best player just gets plucked away.
Yeah.
Right? Like LSU was like, ooh, Makai Wingo. Oh, yes. Are you a freshman SEC? Okay, well, you can come down about it. And then who got taken
They
this
lost
year?
Lovett, Dominic Lovett.
To Georgia.
Yeah. So
that's fun. That's tight.
Yeah. See, that's these small schools, man. That it just.
Are you saying Missouri's a small school?
They're in the SEC.
He said small school, like they were Central Michigan or somebody.
Well, like they were Missouri State or wherever Bobby Petrino came from.
So where do y'all think, how would you describe Missouri when it comes to football? You're right, small school, but you get what I'm saying in that. Like
Smaller
small
SEC
brand.
school.
Small brand.
Small brand's the way to say it.
Yeah. Small brand compared to the bigger boys in the SEC.
Although they did play the national champion closer than anybody else.
That's true.
Did.
Yeah, no, they had him. Should have beat him.
Yeah.
Man.
Shout out Blake Baker, our guy.
Do we believe in moral victories? I mean, that was definitely
I know, I kind of asked him that. I think he did.
Yeah.
I think Drink's like, there was something there.
Moral victories exist until you get too good, right?
Yeah.
Certainly you reach a point where they don't, but they can exist in the lower level.
Georgia, LSU, not moral victory programs. Missouri right now, probably more.
You call them small?
Not small. Small brand.
All right.
Good time.
We'll be back more on OTB next.
OTB, OT. In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
Moon Griffon is back. The voice of Louisiana politics makes his return to Baton Rouge. Catch the Moon Griffon Show weekdays from 9 to 11 a.m. on Talk 107.3.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Louisiana. It's a place defined by culture, by pride, by passion, by people who do more than love this place. They celebrate it, elevate it, champion it. They are the individuals who embody what makes Louisiana great. The companies that make Louisiana a better place to work and live. The nonprofits leading transformational change in our communities. Champions of Louisiana are all around us, and LWCC is proud to celebrate them because we've always been Louisiana loyal, supporting the workers, the innovators, the change agents of this great place we call home. Who are the champions around you? Together, we can share their stories. Together, we can help our home state thrive. Together, we are Louisiana loyal. Always.
Follow us on Twitter at 1045ESPN to cast your vote in the Citizens Bank and Trust poll of the day. Vote daily inside off the bench anytime. Hunt Palmer. And after further review, Citizens Bank and Trust brings you the poll of the day via Twitter at 1045ESPN.
I had to leave my parents. I had to move schools. I don't know anyone here. Everything keeps changing. Why is this happening to me? I'm sure glad you're here.
Change a child's story. There's a child in foster care waiting for a volunteer like you.
All right, let's say ah.
Where'd my spotlight go?
Super weird, but we can take care of it.
Get in and get better at Patient Plus.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Hi, I'm Brandon Landry, founder and CEO of Walker.
Hi, my name is Dr. Craig Green. This is Ryan Terrio with HUDCORoofing.com.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. No matter how big your commercial roofing job, HUDCO can help.
My patients come to me because they trust that I can get the job done at a high level. Ryan Terrio and Richard Tilley have the same level of trust when it comes to roofing.
If you have a roofing issue, call HUDCO Roofing.
Give us a call, 364-1007, and we'll come to your house and give you a free inspection.
Matt Moscona inviting you to join us for Wednesday's Hump Day AFR, presented by Pluckers. More reaction to Sean Payton becoming the Broncos head coach. We'll preview LSU, Missouri, recap Pels and Nuggets. Join us 3 to 6, 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
You're in my heart. You're in my heart. Anyone will tell you we belong together.
OTB, with Hester and T-Bob on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge and 94.7 ESPN Alexandria.
Second day in a row I forgot about I gotta stop doing that. Our laugh track. Look at this. I can just like press like, any of these buttons. And how's that, T-Bubba? Like that? Oh yeah. Here, you know what? Let's give it up for our next guest. We have the best 12-year-old sportscaster in the world. From one T to another, T-Bob. He is T-Bubba. T-Bubba, what's going on, man?
Nothing.
Welcome, man, bro. How we feeling today, dude?
I'm good. A little bit tired.
Yeah?
But,
yeah. You stay grinding, bro.
Yeah, T-Bubba, you're 12, bud. You can't be tired at 12 years old,
You can't be tired at 12 years old, dude.
I mean, come on. You're from the 318. You got to have a little grit to you.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to start getting some energy.
Okay.
Hey, so what? So for those that don't know, man, T-Bubba does T-Bubba Sports Talk. You can follow him on YouTube at T-Bubba Sports Talk 5054. T-Bubba 894 on TikTok. But you seem crazy about this, man. Like you seem to be. It's not. It doesn't feel like just like a flavor of the week or something you're into for a couple of weeks. Like how long have you been into sports talk like this?
So I've been into sports for like a long time, and then this actually started in June of this year.
Okay.
So we're just now getting started.
And you love it, though, because I feel like you're doing it constantly. You're, like, going all over the place, interviewing people.
Yeah, like, I'm skipping school right now.
I was T-Bubba.
Yeah,
I was about to say, like, aren't you supposed to be in school right now?
My principal said I can be doing this, though.
I mean, that's good, though, because,
Nice.
because this is actual, like, potential life training. Like, this is career training. Like, you just interviewed Max Duggan, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I'm saying, dude. So
We call him Max Duggan.
Bro, T-Bubba, you got a great accent, too, dude.
Thank you.
I know it warms up Jake's heart.
It does.
Hearing a good 318
It does.
ball here
I've
on the
lost a
airwaves.
little bit of mine, so I appreciate T-Bubba's.
Heck yeah, man.
I'll train you. Get it back.
Finding its way back.
Just go hang out at Bubba's for a bit.
Yeah.
What's been your favorite memory you've made in the few months that you've been doing this?
Oh.
I guess you're coming up on a year almost.
Oh,
Actually.
100% the Bama game.
Oh,
Oh
nice,
my
dude.
gosh.
Were you at the game?
We stormed the field. See, like really, like, I mean, if they were there and anybody could have stormed the field, but I went in the locker room. Like,
no
that's where
way! You got to go in the locker room.
These pictures, that's in the locker room with Alec Gay, Jaden Daniels.
Wait, how'd you get in the locker room, T-Bubba?
Yeah, how'd you get in the locker room?
So
T-Bubba?
shout out Xavier Atkins, linebacker out of Jonesboro Hodge.
Yeah.
We brought him down there. He asked if we could bring him down there, and my dad was like, "Yeah, if T-Bubba goes with you and walks around with you," and he was like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
And they let all the recruits and all go in the locker room if they won.
See, bro, T-Bubba's already got that. He's got that grind boat in him, dude. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I thought for sure that you would have got through official channels. So you actually kind of snuck in there. Nice work, T-Bubba.
It was like, so when we stormed the field, me, Xavier, and all the recruits, we were the first ones on the field, and then we started making way to the tunnel where they go in, and we kind of make a line.
Yeah.
And after all the players went in, we just started to flood in. And, they was all like, what's this 12-year-old kid doing in here?
I mean, that's cool, though, because, there's pictures with Harold Perkins, Will Campbell, and you have a picture with Jaden Daniels right after Jaden Daniels became the hero. That's incredible, man.
Oh, and Mason Taylor. He's not on there, but I got a picture with Mason Taylor.
Mason Taylor's a beast, dude. He was someone, you know what, T-Bubba? Mason Taylor is a good example of not giving up when it's not working in the short term, right? Because I know you do sports talk. We were all a little upset with Mason Taylor at first, right? I mean, it wasn't really happening. Him and Jaden were trying to target him. He's dropping balls. You stuck with it by the end of the year. Mason Taylor's one of your best players, dude. So you always got to stick with it, whenever you're.
But, Kayshawn, when he doesn't get the ball, he whines. But when he gets the ball, he drops it. So it's like,
yeah,
it's like when we give you the ball, when we give you the ball, you drop it. But when you don't get it, you get mad.
You know what that's called? It's called a wide receiver, dude. You got to watch out for him, bro.
T-Bubba, who's on the list? Who's on the list that you have to interview? You got pictures with Peyton Manning, Kyle Williams, one of our former teammates at LSU. So who's next on the list? What's the big get that you're looking forward to?
Well, I really want to get, Hendon Hooker's going to be here. I really want to get him.
Heck yeah, man.
Or Jonathan Mingo here. But we really don't have any people that we know of to do back at home. But here it's mostly Hendon Hooker and Jonathan Mingo.
Yeah, I mean Hendon Hooker would be great. I mean, chance that Hendon Hooker could potentially be A Saint, a New Orleans Saint coming up. We'll see. So I know you're a big LSU fan. Do you do any NFL, or do you mainly just like to talk college?
I've done some NFL. I did. Let's see. I did Brock Berlin.
Yeah, Brock Berlin, my high school quarterback. Yeah.
I did Charlie Ward.
Okay.
I did Brandon Wilson from Calvary.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Brandon Wilson played at Calvary, Houston, and the Cincinnati Bengals.
Yeah.
Wait, so what about
who's your team though? Like
that's what I mean. Like
yeah,
NFL,
he's trying to find out who's your team.
Like you have an NFL team?
The Cowboys.
Oh my God.
Cowboys. I like the Saints though. I like the Saints.
Bubba, it was
I like
all
the Saints.
bro. It was all going so positive. It was. I mean, we had such a good rapport.
Listen, I have a good reason. I have a good reason.
No, you don't, Bubba.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
You're falling into every North Louisiana stereotype.
I have an exquisite reason.
I am so mad right now.
I have an exquisite reason.
Okay, the use of exquisite's reeling me back in. Okay. What are we
I have
talking
an
about, Bubba?
exquisite reason.
What
So when my dad was a baby, like one of the Super Bowl teams came to my dad's house in Ringgold after a basketball game that they played with like the charity women's basketball team or whatever.
Wait. The Super Bowl champion Cowboys were in Ringgold, Louisiana?
Is Ringgold big enough for them to fit in it?
Probably not.
I don't know how. I might have to ask your pops about this story.
Okay, dude.
All right, you still got a long way to go. Let's keep going. Let's see.
If that story is true, okay, that's we'll allow a pass. We'll allow a pass. Dude.
And he just became a Cowboys fan after that. Like they came to our house that I lived in.
No. That is legit. In Ringgold, we just talked about a small Ringgold. I've never heard of Ringgold. If the Super Bowl champion Cowboys were actually there,
nope.
I will give you a pass.
T-Bubba. We got to have a conversation after this.
And Jake's not even a Saints fan. He just doesn't want you to be a Cowboys fan, dude.
I mean, I grew up a Saints fan.
That is true. You did grow up a big Saints fan. That
I had your Pops jersey. Chill out.
You're kind of starting to lower. T-Bob's trying to get up there.
What do you mean, like height-wise? Yeah.
No, I'm talking like you gotta be nicer to me. Like that's just my opinion.
In the T-Bubba standings, you're like I'm like going.
Dude, you've already gone. Your name's T-Bubba after T-Bob. I think I'm pretty low in the standings already, Bubba.
Yeah, you're like Keyshawn Booty, dude. Catch the ball. Okay, how about that?
Well, I will catch it for the state of Louisiana, not Texas, T-Bubba.
Yeah, okay, Bubba. I mean, that's a good point. Dude.
Oh, I have one story. So it was a couple of years ago. We went to a Taysom Hill sign, and you might know about this. And my friend was with us. And he's like really good, like never breaks the rules, never does anything bad. And we were gonna come in your house and get a thing of gloves, but
you're just gonna break in his house?
No, he was gonna let us in.
Yeah.
But his kids were sick, so he just put them in the mailbox. And so like he told my dad just to get them out of the mailbox, and my dad got them out of the mailbox and told Tanner his name was Tanner, my friend, and he said, "All right, Tanner, we're about to steal these gloves."
Tanner's freaking out.
Be relaxed. Just chill out. And my dad acted like he was dialing 911 and threw the phone in Tanner's lap.
Oh, no.
And Tanner was like, "Mr. Roy, please put him back,
that's
Mr.
great.
Roy."
Tanner,
That's
be cool.
Yeah, shout out to his pops, Mr. Roy, great supporter of the Hester Sports Foundation, so we always appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Also, has got me some cool stuff as well. Bubba, this is awesome, man. I think outside of the Cowboys, Andrew, you have a real future in this business. You're very good at it.
I saw the shout out you gave me.
Calm, composed.
A couple of months ago.
Yeah, heck yeah, man. No, you do good work, dude. You do good work.
Yeah, he does. You can catch him on our station that we're on up in Shreveport, 11:30 a.m. The Tiger. You can catch him there often on the morning show, which my brother is a part of. You go in there. It seems like I see you all the time in there.
I know. Well, we got to go to break, but real quick, T-Bubba, you think LSU's winning the West next year, dude? Why? What makes you
They're
think
just
so?
getting so many good recruits,
Yeah,
and
they are, dude.
I think Bama's dynasty is starting to fall apart.
Oh, I mean, now you're back,
Yeah,
Bubba.
okay. We're growing legs again, T-Bubba. We're growing legs. Hey, T-Bubba, who's going to win Super Bowl?
Okay.
Yeah, put you on the spot.
Listen.
That's why we're here.
I want the Chiefs to win.
Okay.
But I think the Eagles will win.
And so your heart's with the Chiefs, but your mind is telling you,
yes,
fly, Philly,
All
fly.
right.
Fly, Philly, fly.
I think that's probably. Is that where I'm at? No, I think my head. I just think Pat Mahomes. That's my analysis on the Super Bowl. Pat Mahomes, and so I'm gonna give it to them. Jake, you're on the Eagles, right?
Yeah, I'm on the Eagles.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm on the Eagles.
There you
See,
go.
but like, it's really like, it's I don't know, like they're both like the best teams in the league and best offense and defense.
Yeah.
So
No.
it could go anything.
I just hope it's a good game, honestly. Right?
Same.
I want like a classic Super Bowl. The championship weeks. I guess no, that's not true. Cincinnati was a good game, but still.
I feel like all the AFC games are always good, but the NFC,
No, I mean the NFC playoffs have been bad.
the only good game that we've had was the Cowboys game versus the Niners.
Yeah, that's true.
Wasn't that good for me though? But
No, I
like,
thought it was great, dude. I thought it was perfect,
Ooh.
actually, in a lot of ways. Oh, it was so wonderful. I could drink Cowboy fan tears every day of my life and never get enough.
On that note.
Yeah. T-Bubba from T-Bubba and Jake here on Off the Bench. Heck yeah, man. Thank you so much. It's look, again, if you want to, you can email T-Bubba, tbubba@tbubbasportstalk.com. And then follow the YouTube channel, man. Just Google T-Bubba Sports Talk, and you'll be able to find it, get a little flyer. Heck yeah, bro. We'll be talking again.
All right.
Heck yeah, this is a lot of fun. All right, more OTB coming up next.
OTB, OTB, OT.
I'm hungry too, dude. Go to DonaldSmokeglassandbody.com, DGBauto.com. I'm hungry, dude. You know what I want? I got a BLT croissant yesterday, and I kind of want a BLT croissant. I also want to tell you to go to DonaldSmokeglassandbody.com, where look at your one-stop car shop, man. You need glass repair, tires, wheels, brakes, anything, collision repair. Free pickup and drop-off delivery on that collision repair as well. 24/7 towing. It's all there for you. Your one-stop vehicular shop. Go to DonaldSmokeglassandbody.com, DGBauto.com, Jake.
Yeah, they've been doing it since 1977, like T-Bob told you, and they truly are a one-stop shop. Right across the street, you get your oil change. If you need to come in for windshield replacement, repair, whatever it might be, remember, they have all the latest technology to be able to handle that. You're not going to find that everywhere. Also, certainly collision repair, but even if it's something as simple as new tires, tire rotation, they've got you covered. You can find all of that online, testimonials as well, DonaldSmokeglassandbody.com, and always online as well at DGBauto.com.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the JimsFirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the JimsFirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Louisiana. It's a place defined by culture, by pride, by passion, by people who do more than love this place. They celebrate it, elevate it, champion it. They are the individuals who embody what makes Louisiana great. The companies that make Louisiana a better place to work and live. The nonprofits leading transformational change in our communities. Champions of Louisiana are all around us, and LWCC is proud to celebrate them because we've always been Louisiana loyal, supporting the workers, the innovators, the change agents of this great place we call home. Who are the champions around you? Together, we can share their stories. Together, we can help our home state thrive. Together, we are Louisiana loyal. Always.
Start your day with news and newsmakers. Start your day with traffic, weather, and local stories that are important to you. Kickstart your day every day. Mornings with Brian Haldane from 6 to 9 a.m. Weekdays on Talk 107.3.
Follow Follow us on Twitter at 1045ESPN to cast your vote in the Citizens Bank and Trust poll of the day. Vote daily inside off the bench, anytime. Hunt Palmer. And after further review, Citizens Bank and Trust brings you the poll of the day via Twitter at 1045ESPN.
All right, let's say ah.
Where'd my spotlight go?
Super weird, but we can take care of it.
Get in and get better at Patient Plus.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust.
Me, Jimmy Ott, for the Wednesday evening edition of Game Time. We're live at Roca Pizzeria on Government Street. Game Time at Roca Pizzeria, Wednesday, 6 to 8 p.m. on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Mejor. Si hay sol, hay playa. Si hay playa, hay alcohol. Si hay alcohol, hay de eso. Si es contigo, mejor. Quítate la ropa que hace calor. Días de playa, noches de terror. En la gaveta dejo el temor. Para la envidiosa paz y amor.
OTB, OT, with Hester and T-Bob on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and 94.7 ESPN Alexandria.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to Off the Bench. Hanging out here in Mobile, just hanging out with T-Bubba, talking to his father. And it sounds like even though we gave him a lot of crap, why am I breathing so hard? I just hit a light jog over here, like it wasn't a hard jog. But whatever, even though we gave T-Bubba a lot of crap for liking the Cowboys, I just got the full story from his father, Roy, and it actually sounds kind of insane. So the 79 Cowboys that won the championship, apparently, I guess somebody from Ringgold knew someone in the front office, and the 79 Cowboys played some sort of charity event or said something in Ringgold, Louisiana, and T-Bubba's dad actually has a picture. They're at his house. Tony Dorsett is holding him when he's a little baby, and like Drew Pearson's there. So like I'm gonna allow it, Jake. I think a visit from the Super Bowl champion 79 Cowboys to Ringgold means, because he said he's originally from New Orleans, but I'm going to say that means that you can be a Cowboys fan.
I'm just giving him a hard time. Obviously, I'm out here defending the 318 at all times from all angles, and like I set it up. Honestly, because I thought he was a Saints fan. So when he said Cowboys,
he played it perfectly. Dude, he's kind of ribbing you, dude. Bubba's getting after
I've known the family for a very long time.
That's what I'm saying. He's feeling real comfortable with you, dude.
He was. Well, he took a shot. He's like, so T-Bob, obviously, like the lead of the show, he's in charge. I'm like, well, yeah. I mean, he's the host of this show. Like, I came into it, and that was the deal. I'm like, T-Bob, you're taking a shot, but what it's really telling me is you don't listen to OTB.
Yeah,
because if he'd have listened, he would have known T-Bob's the lead of the show every day.
Yeah, you got him back. You got his little, you got a little repose on
T-Bob.
T-Bubba's got that, man. He's got that good voice and that good delivery, though,
God dang,
I promise, man.
Tell you what, up there in Ringo.
Yeah.
Not Ringgold.
Not Ringgold.
Ringo.
Oh, okay, Ringgold, Louisiana.
There you
go. Man, I am hungry, though.
He'd take your head up. Man, I'm hungry, by God.
I love that he's skipping school for this as well, which, I mean, good life experience, right? It makes sense to me. You know what else makes sense? Going to Patient Plus Urgent Care. PatientPlusUC.com. They got urgent cares littered throughout the city, man. You want to get in, you want to get better. You want to see facilities that you've never seen before. Patient Plus is absolutely fantastic. They'll blow you away. If you need your occupational medicine needs met, certainly the Mid-City location of Patient Plus has you. So, look, man, the winter's a weird time. You know, sickness, it's just kind of always prevalent. Your kids probably going through it. Patient Plus is going to get you right.
Go to PatientPlusUC.com, get in and get better, like T-Bob said. Like, they're going to be convenient for you during an inconvenient time. That is what they're set up for. They're going to help you out.
Yeah, man, and I do mean that. Like, wait till you see the actual building itself. You're going to be like, oh, wow. All right, coming up next. Sorry, I know I asked for Would You Rather questions, y'all, and then Doreen came in, and so we got a bit distracted. So we'll do Ask the Bench next here on OTB.
OTB, OT, OTB, OT.
Go to allstartoyotabatonrouge.com, All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com. Shout out to All-Star and Miss Lee Sessions hooking us up from the rental department with that wonderful brand new Sienna for this road trip to Mobile. But look, that's an avenue you can certainly explore, right? Like, let's say you two are going on a Disney trip with the rest of Louisiana during Mardi Gras, as one does, but you don't want to put those miles on your car. Go hit them up over there at All-Star. Or think about buying new, used, or certified used vehicle. Great warranty, great service, great people. They're the best.
Yeah, and the full fleet being available is not going to happen anywhere else. Like, you assume it's going to, but then you get there, it's like, hey, we have these 2 vehicles available to lease or rent. I mean, the full fleet is available in both processes there over at All-Star. Like, we got the Sienna minivan. I got the Highlander. T-Bob obviously is gone sedan, minivan, getting something new as well coming up here. All-Star Toyota at BatonRouge.com.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
Moon Griffon is back. The voice of Louisiana politics makes his return to Baton Rouge. Catch the Moon Griffon Show weekdays from 9 to 11 a.m. on Talk 107.3.
Louisiana. It's a place defined by culture, by pride, by passion, by people who do more than love this place. They celebrate it, elevate it, champion it. They are the individuals who embody what makes Louisiana great. The companies that make Louisiana a better place to work and live. The nonprofits leading transformational change in our communities. Champions of Louisiana are all around us, and LWCC is proud to celebrate them because we've always been Louisiana loyal, supporting the workers, the innovators, the change agents of this great place we call home. Who are the champions around you? Together, we can share their stories. Together, we can help our home state thrive. Together, we are Louisiana loyal. Always.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Follow us on Twitter at 1045ESPN to cast your vote in the Citizens Bank and Trust poll of the day. Vote daily inside off the bench, anytime. Hunt Palmer. And after further review, Citizens Bank and Trust brings you the poll of the day via Twitter at 1045ESPN.
Cornell Toyota in Opelousas is here to help you ring in the new year with no markups, and you'll never pay over MSRP. And we have new inventory arriving daily. So Happy New Year from our Cornell Toyota family to yours.
All right, let's say ah. Super weird, but we can take care of it.
Get in and get better at Patient Plus.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Charles Hannigove join us for the Wednesday edition of Hanny Time. Shea Dixon is with us. It's National Signing Day, though it figures to be a little bit quiet for the Tigers. We'll get you up to date on everything going on around the country. Plus, we do first class, second class, no class. Hanny Time, noon weekdays, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
OT with Hester and T-Bob on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and 94.7 ESPN Alexandria.
What's happening, y'all? Welcome back. OTB wrapping up another day here live at the Senior Bowl. You can catch Jake on Sirius XM 84 this afternoon, rocking and rolling. Catch me on Snaps up here in a little bit. What are you on, 2 to 5 normal time, sir?
Yeah, 2 to 5 normal time there with CD. Hopefully we're
live
going to
practice.
Get some coaches again, man. That was fun. I enjoy catching up with Coach Beamer. It's like if you design someone that should be the coach at South Carolina, it's like Shane Beamer's the guy.
Ask the Bench, voted by Cole Kurzweil, Vizzy Art Seltzer, and Blue Moon Light Sky, Citrus Sweet. Would you rather Taysom or AR-15 at quarterback for the Saints? Yeah, I mean,
AR-15 has to prove to me that he can do it at that level.
Yeah, that's not really the question.
Like, regardless of what we think about Taysom Hill, and I probably like him more than others, like, it's a proven concept. Like, there's a role for him in the NFL, and if you're going to, like, have that as part of your offense, I mean, like, Taysom Hill's a unicorn.
Yeah,
like, The guy played tight end, receiver, back, quarterback. Like,
I get what he's getting. There's a would
they
you
didn't
rather
use
be,
him right last year.
Yeah, there's a would you rather be had with AR-15, but that's not the one.
Yeah,
that's not the one. Would you rather be impaled by a bull during a bull ride or be hit with the tree log from Final Destination? Final Destination 2, by the way, its anniversary was yesterday.
Fun fact. How did y'all feel getting on planes after you saw the first one?
Messed with me. I'm still kind of expecting plane to blow up every time I take off.
I count to 20.
Yeah.
Every time I get on a plane, I count to 20.
Do they do that in the movie?
No. But I once had someone who was part of the Blue Angels. He's like, look, if something like mechanically is going to happen, it's going to happen in the first 20 seconds when you take off.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, okay. So, like, if you see me on a plane, I'm like an NBA referee. I'm like, 1, 2. I mean, I'm counting because I'm nervous.
But, yeah, certainly I never ride when I never ride – what's the word I'm looking for?
I don't know.
Oh, I never ride by an 18-wheeler carrying logs.
Yeah.
Even though I don't think that the physics of it actually makes any sense, but I can do it.
The funny part about that is I'm the same way. Like, I'll think about that. Like, let me go ahead and get in the left lane. I don't want to be behind these logs. But also, when I see, like, an empty trailer that's like a car carrier, you know, the double-decker,
yes.
I want to go Grand Theft Auto and ramp
off it, dude.
So it's like it's pretty funny. I mean,
That comes from the Crazy Taxi. Did you ever play Crazy Taxi?
I did play Crazy Taxi. It comes more from me for GTA, is like where my mind goes. But Crazy Taxi, it had its time.
Do you want to remind you to go to DraftKings Sportsbook app? We can't play it here. We can play daily fantasy, but download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use the promo code Baton Rouge, and right now, $5 are going to get you $200 in free bets instantly.
30.
That's right, man. Official sports betting partner of the NBA. Do it at the DraftKings Sportsbook app. All right. That'll do it for today's show. Great job, Rivers, again, making everything happen on the technical side and getting us some excellent guests today. Huge thanks to the boys back home producing. Huge thank you to you, Jake, and everybody who hangs out with us here in the chat every day. We love you, and we will see you on Thursdays. OTB.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary. For those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Before we begin any electrical work here, we perform a home safety check that begins at your electrical panel to make sure that you and your family are safe. For all your upgrades, installations, and repairs, call Mr. Electric.
Start your day with news and newsmakers. Start your day with traffic, weather, and local stories that are important to you. Kickstart your day every day. Mornings with Brian Haldane from 6 to 9 a.m. Weekdays on Talk 107.3.
Louisiana. It's a place defined by culture, by pride, by passion, by people who do more than love this place. They celebrate it, elevate it, champion it. They are the individuals who embody what makes Louisiana great. The companies that make Louisiana a better place to work and live. The nonprofits leading transformational change in our communities. Champions of Louisiana are all around us, and LWCC is proud to celebrate them because we've always been Louisiana loyal, supporting the workers, the innovators, the change agents of this great place we call home. Who are the champions around you? Together, we can share their stories. Together, we can help our home state thrive. Together, we are Louisiana loyal. Always.
Follow us on Twitter at 1045ESPN to cast your vote in the Citizens Bank and Trust poll of the day. Vote daily inside off the bench, anytime. Hunt Palmer. And after further review, Citizens Bank and Trust brings you the poll of the day via Twitter at 1045ESPN.
Cornwall Toyota in Opelousas is here to help you ring in the new year with no markups, and you'll never pay over MSRP. And we have new inventory arriving daily. So Happy New Year from our Corvell Toyota family to yours.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
All right, let's say ah.
Where'd my spotlight go?
Super weird, but we can take care of it.
Get in and get better at Patient Plus.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.